Take off.
Swag.
What's going on?
What's going on? Hey, Brianne.
Hello.
So elegant.
Yes. We love it. We love it.
Yes, sir.
Cynical. Okay.
Yeah. Y'all ready for this show tonight?
Ready.
Oh, I'm beyond ready.
Yeah, man.
How about you?
Oh, I'm ready, man. Shoot, I was ready ever since we was gonna talk about it Sunday, but things came into play, but we here now, so that's all that matters. We ain't disappointed. We ain't saying that we taking it away. We right here, and like I said in my community tab, fathers should be acknowledged every day, not just one day out the year.
Big facts. Big facts. It should be every day. So, no, we're not late with the stream. We're right on time.
Right on time.
Yeah, but so glad to be here. So good to see our loyal chat. Salute. Oh, look, Classy here too. Hey,
Oh
hey.
yeah, salute to you, Classy. Thanks for pulling up, yo.
Let me drop the link one more time for those who I invited to the show, who we invited to the show. So the link is right there on the screen. Classy perspective, you can hit that link. That's for Game Changer, Mel. Um, Cynical can come on up if she wants to.
You know
Hustler,
Cynical ain't coming.
you already know. Angela C. The link is in the chat.
Exactly, and this is for the closed panel only. So we'll invite everybody else like after our closed panel show is over with. But right now, we want everybody that said they was gonna be coming with us on Sunday for the show.
Yeah, definitely. So much, like you said, the golden child. So much more to talk about. So much more. So we're gonna get into that today.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. I'm seeing a great turnout so far right now, but I know the numbers probably gonna pick up once we really get into the show. But salute to every single person that's here right now with us.
Salute to all of y'all. And remember, can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
I'm low. Oh, okay, I'm so sorry. Okay, and remember, the link is in the chat, guys. So make sure you're hitting the link right now before the show gets started. If you were invited to the show.
Right. Like I said, everybody else, like once we're done with all of this, then we'll put the link back in the chat and that will be for everybody, you know.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm feeling this tonight, yo.
Yeah, me too. You got your drink ready?
Oh, I got my drink ready right over here.
How about you, Bree? You got your drink ready?
Yep, I got my water.
Okay. You can still cheers with us because today is the start of the cheers. Clink, clink.
Clink, clink.
We're ready.
Exactly. You already know it is. We got to get it off right. We got to get people used to what we're about to put out here, you know?
So today is the first
Go
day.
ahead, Melody.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
You
go
were
ahead.
saying something.
No, you go ahead. I'm good.
No, I was saying today is the first day of hashtag cheers clink clink. So before we start the show, I want everybody to put their glasses up in the air, whether it's a wine glass, whether it's a beer glass, or if it's just a glass of water. I need everybody to say hashtag cheers clink clink.
Y'all heard it. Hashtag cheers clink clink. Spam it in the chat.
Spam it in the chat, y'all. And put those glasses up.
Put whatever you drinking up, whether you drinking on some beer, drinking on some wine, drinking water, soda pop, whatever you sipping on right now, put it up to the screen and be like hashtag cheers clink clink for the squad, man.
I'll start it. Don't be shy. I'm about to start it now. Cheers. All
right. Well, as y'all already have noticed, the music has stopped playing, so y'all know what that means every time you come to a Kill 'Em Sweetly show.
It's time! For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble!
I swear I get so excited. So excited when I hear that. I don't know what it is.
Get you pumped.
Yes. So excited. And also we have a new panelist up here. Salute to you, Leo Anthony.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
What's going on, homie?
Thanks for coming.
What are we talking about today? I saw something about Father's Day. That's all I saw.
We just having a discussion on Father's Day and what it means in today's society for Father's Day and what it should mean overall. Plus, we're also discussing about how a lot of mothers want to take credit for on Father's Day and trying to act like they're the fathers along with being a mother. So that's all we talking about.
Yeah, that's what we really want to touch on because it's ridiculous. On Instagram and Facebook, that's all you see is single mothers saying "Happy Father's Day" to me. And you're a woman. How are you going to say Happy Father's Day? It makes no sense to yourself. Really?
It don't
True.
make no sense whatsoever, man. They just doing too much.
Hmm. So, let's start with Brienne. What are your thoughts on women who do that?
You there, Brienne? She probably tending to the baby or the husband right now.
Yeah. So, what about you, Leo? What are your thoughts on women who do say that?
I think it's petty and bitter because Father's Day is really supposed to be a day to celebrate active fathers, good fathers, present fathers, stand up fathers. It's not a day that's supposed to, for women to be like, oh, y'all dudes are still deadbeats. I'm the father too. That day is not for them. And when they do that, I feel like they're trying to make that day about them, their problems. I find that like very selfish. So that's my thoughts on it because men don't even have right that many holidays specifically to celebrate that. Because you have Mother's Day, you have Valentine's Day, birthdays, anniversaries. Most of the time, that's really just to like celebrate the women. So let men have their day to where they're celebrated and praised for doing the things they're supposed to do.
I'm back.
Exactly.
I was adding a avatar picture because it didn't show up at first.
Oh, okay.
We see it. It looks beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So, what are your thoughts on that? On mothers who say happy birthday? I mean, I'm sorry. Somebody distracted me in the chat. Mothers who say happy Father's Day to themselves.
I agree with the first speaker. It's selfish, and also uh, to put it on the internet. It's like a different level of like narcissism. It's like you want to be acknowledged every single day, even though you didn't make the child yourself. So when you feel the need to say that, it's you're trying to, be part of the sisterhood and, have somebody agree with you. In reality, you're wrong. Like you can't be both. You have one job and it's a very important job. It's a wonderful job. And when I take on all these other roles, like I said, selfish, some bits of narcissism, and the children know that. They know something isn't right. If you have to tell your mother Happy Father's Day, and she's also a mother, it it's just confusing, and it's really short-sighted.
Exactly. And Brianne, another thing that I see is LGBTQ women calling themselves fathers as well. Like, the ones who's raising a child together. Um, the one that's I guess it's called a stud. The one that's the stud is the one that's considered the father. So, what's your take on that? Do you think it's okay for the child to call her a father because she's playing that role?
Hmm. I've heard this, I guess, a few different ways. I remember saying in one of my lives, I still believe two heads are better than one when it comes to raising children, because we know all the statistics of one person trying to raise one child. It takes literally a village. But as far as them calling that person a father, um, like I said, it could be confusing to the child, because we all got here because of a man as well. So if they don't know exactly where they come from and their roots, I guess that could be confusing. So the difference is the person who is asserting the father type role, the that's biologically related to them or not. If not, then that's where kind of the line is like, okay, you physically do have a father now, regardless of how you got here, um, from a breakup or from like, a sperm bank. That would also, I guess, change my take on that too. Because the sperm bank, the father, there's no connection. But if it was from a past breakup, that's two problems. Because one, they have a father they're supposed to still have a relationship with, and then someone else is taking on a father role, but doesn't have the knowledge to possibly, be a father. Because the father walks through the world as a man and has a different perspective. So if you don't have a different perspective to give the child, then you're also a second mother.
Right. That exactly my take on it. So I want to ask Leo Anthony the same question, and then I guess we can reset for Classy and Mel. How does that sound, Swag?
What'd you say?
I said I want to ask Leo Anthony the same question I asked Brienne, and then we can reset for Mel and Classy since they just came up, asking the same two questions. I said, how does that sound?
Oh, that's what's up. Go ahead and do your thing, girl.
All right. So, Leo Anthony, same question for you.
I think that's like very confusing for the child because I've done some after school tutoring, and we did have like some transformers, we'll say, and it's like the kids kind of know what they really are, but then you will have like the trans sort of kind of like try to explain their sexual identity. And I think they shouldn't even be introduced to that, especially at a young age, because you should kind of let them, if they are to become that, figure it out on their own as they get older instead of like put those thoughts in their heads while they're young. So I don't particularly like it. I feel like it can confuse a child and influence him to be something, he may not necessarily want to be or is right to be, but
Mm,
um I would rather like if it's like two women, it's like just say you got two moms because the child knows, right? They're not that stupid. They know that you're a woman dressing like a man, or you're really a woman underneath that. So I
right.
think maybe like when they get older, then they can explain that conversation to them. But doing it while they're young, no, like because that's sexual identity, and why are you having kids think so deeply on that at a young age?
Right.
So that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I agree with that. How about you, Swag? Because I guess we're gonna each come up with a question and we're gonna go around like that. So, that's Swag. What about you?
Well, as far as what you asked,
Yeah, about the child calling the stud of the relationship dad.
oh my God, like that's to me, that's just doing too much, man. Like, look, just like I always tell everybody that I know in my personal life, whether it's friends, family, coworkers, whatever, like mothers get everything in life. Like they get Mother's Day, like Leo said, you get Mother's Day, you get Valentine's Day, you get their birthdays, you get, and if like in my case, if you're in the Midwest, you also get Sweetest Day. So you get those days, plus you get Christmas, and then of course you get the Thanksgiving and stuff like that as well. So it's like y'all got all of these different days to get the appreciation that you feel you deserve. But when Father's Day come around, it's like y'all want to hijack that too, and then y'all want to try to act like y'all are fathers too. Like the bottom line is, no woman could ever take the place of a father, like a real father. Like it just does, because you could just tell the imbalance that a kid has when they eventually grow up to become adults. Like you could tell once they get older, they tend to yearn for something. Like just the other day, like I'm just talking on a tangent here, but just bear with me on this. Just the other day, I saw a video of this guy that looked like he could have been maybe around in his 40s or something, and he had just seen his father over decades of not seeing him. Because last time he saw his father was when he was a little boy. But when he saw his dad for the first time and his little daughter was right there next to him, like that man bust into tears so hard. He was crying just like nobody's business. And of course, you see the daughter was holding by his leg, trying to console him and stuff. But you could just tell that there was a lot of hurt, pain, relief, all that. He just hugged his father, and he just had the tears coming down his face and stuff. And then after he stopped crying, he was like, "Man, you look just like me." And Dad was like, "Man, you look just like me." It's just so you could just see right there that man, even though he had a family of his own, he still needed his father. So when stud brawls or whatever be trying to take claim over that, it's like no man, no matter what, is going to be able to take the place of a father. No matter what you can tell me, like I'm not buying it. So that's all I got to say on that matter.
Okay, thanks. So I guess we have 3 new panelists. We have Mel, classy perspective, and hustler and muscular. Hey guys.
Salute to the fellas on the panel, man.
Salute guys. So I want to go in order and ask my question, and then I guess we'll go to Killer Swag's question. So who came first? Mel, right?
I think classy came first, then male, and then muscular.
Okay, I'm gonna put in order. So classy Mel, then hustler. Wait, I'm sorry. Let me fix that.
There you go. Well,
wait. What's going on?
I got it. Don't worry. Just
okay,
ask
I got it. There it is. Okay,
Okay.
so my question was, how do you feel? First of all, how do you feel about what's your take on women calling themselves dads on Father's Day? Classy.
Oh, hello?
Hi.
Yeah, we hear you loud and
Hello.
clear, my boy.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I'm going to be a little bit sarcastic and say this for a second. If a mother calls herself a father, you should be able to carry your own sperm. You should be able to carry it along with your eggs and impregnate yourself if you want to be both. I've never seen one parent be a dual parent. It's not possible because if you have a young man, how are you going to teach him about being a man? Just like Kate Michelle said, she can't even raise her own child to be a man. You got to teach him to pee and how to, urinate standing up. And I know that sounds kind of cliche. You would think biologically he can just do that. But I've seen some kids mentally that don't know how to do it because they were in a household with 2 women. And on top of that, how is when he gets older, he's going to go to school and learn biology and learn that you need a man and a woman to produce a child and have a good family for the most part. Yeah, you can find these one-off situations, these exceptions, but the overall rule is it doesn't work. And plus, you need these men to be raised by men because you want them to defend a nation one day, right? To keep you comfortable, to keep you protected. How is that working with just the mother? Claiming to be the mother and the father. And by the next logic, if you want to be the mother and father, that tells me that you're unstable mentally as well. Because the fact of the matter is, you didn't see anything great about yourself where you can provide your kid a stable father. I'm done.
Right. And then the second part of this question is, what if it's a same-sex relationship and one is considered the stud of the relationship? Do you think it's okay for the child to call her dad?
Is this directed back at me?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't interrupting. The child would know. That you're a woman. It doesn't matter if you change your appearance. You are naturally bred by God as a woman. It doesn't matter. Even if a child would say, I have to call you dad, even they're going to find that funny. They'll be like, well, wait a minute, but you're a woman. Why should I call you something that you're not? And one of these days, they're going to go to school and they're going to see a real family with the father and mother and going to be like, what the H is going on with this situation? Why is it that my father has the same thing that my mother has? Now, forgive me for saying this. Due respect to my big brothers, they're the only ones that I know that actually have boobs. I digress.
Thanks for that. Same question. for that one.
He dropped a major ball with that one. That's all. That's why I had to play that one.
Yes. Okay. Well, same question for you, Mel. You there?
Mel, you here, bro? Mel.
All right. Maybe he's having sound issues.
Well, he could be somewhere. You know how he is.
Okay, we'll get back to Mel. Same question to Hustler and Muscular. Salute to you.
Salute.
What's going on?
What's going on? So, did you hear the question, or you wanted me to repeat it?
Oh no, I heard, but before I answer the question, you know what I got to do?
Oh yeah.
I got to give my shout out. I got to lighten the mood because I know everything over here is all good. Okay.
Okay.
All right, man.
First shout out goes to my homegirl Brienne, my number one fan of traditional values where you stand. And my next shout out goes to this duo that's got all the right tools. I'm talking about Killing Them Sweet, bringing all the heat, looking so good in the YouTube streets.
There it is.
Thank you. Thank you. Is that all for the shout outs?
Yo. Yeah. Shout out to everybody else.
Yeah, shout out to everybody else, man. that was funny.
We love you too.
My bad, but I don't know y'all too well, but okay.
Well, you'll get to know them because this is going to be our set panel moving forward. So you will get to know them.
Cool.
So
Cool.
the same question goes for you. Do you want me to repeat it?
Oh, no, I think I heard it earlier before I chimed in. What do I think of women calling themselves fathers? First of all, it's selfish as hell because you're implying that a father is not only are you implying that fathers are not important, but you're kind of implying that men as a whole are not important. You could be both man and woman, take on the responsibility of mother and father. So you're basically shying out the overall essence of a father's existence, let alone a man's existence on this planet, when you call yourself trying to do both at the same time. That just sounds selfish to me. And second thing is, I remember some time ago, me and Brienne chopped it up about how women are single by their choices. Well, the same thing for single motherhood. You're a single mother by your choices. See, when you have kids by men that you know are not going to be responsible fathers, that you know are just going to dump you and then leave, then you're choosing the possibility of being a single mother. You're choosing the possibility of having to raise that child on your own. So it just seems selfish when they decide to remove men from the equation because they feel like they can just do it all. And despite the statistics, you know, they say a lot of fatherless kids end up in prison, end up in gangs, end up on the streets, or end up worse in the ground. They still telling women that's the best way to raise a child. You strong, girl. You can do that by yourself, tapping into her damn ego. Seriously, what the hell? And the government is not making it any better by offering them assistance just so they can thrive and survive off of that. So you got to consider these aspects. And I don't see things getting better anytime soon. I say we take away government assistance, such as food stamps, child support, or at the very least put restrictions as far as who deserves it. The single mother epidemic will definitely go away slowly. Mm-hmm. And the same can be said about this LGBTQ2, the alphabet soup community. They're not making it any better. I mean, you as a grown person, you can like whatever you want to like. If you're a woman, you're into women, whatever, male or male, whatever. But you're not helping the cause of single women thinking they can raise kids by themselves just by getting sperm. You're sending a message saying you want to have a child, go down to the sperm bank and get some sperm if you can find some. So that's not going to help anything either. That's not going to really help. That's really not going to help. So I think it's selfish, it's inconsiderate. Women, we've got to do better, and as men, we got to do better too. That's my take on it. My mic is muted. Carry on.
Max, y'all giving some great answers tonight, and we just started. Salute to you. Mel, are you there?
Salute. Sound like he was there.
You hear me?
Yeah,
Oh,
I hear
he's
you, but you low, my guy.
very
I think
low.
he's in the background.
No, I definitely hear him. He just low.
Hello?
You
Yeah,
still
you're
low.
very low.
There it go. It sounded like he was loud right there. Say something else.
Yeah.
There
Oh,
you
there
go.
you go. You're back. You're back. All right, Mel. Same two questions go to you.
What was this question?
The que- I can't. What did you say, Mel? I'm sorry.
What was the question?
The first question was, what's your take on this whole women calling themselves dads on Father's Day? And then
Oh,
part two is, how do you feel about the LGBTQ community when it's two women and one is a stud calling herself a dad and raising her kid as though she's the child's father?
it's sad that you know what this is going to be another ending battle and stuff about this mess because the funny thing about it, first of all, that community had fought for the rights that people want them to accept them, including I'm a proud lesbian and then all that mess. But you still want titles from a man and stuff. I mean, hey, I mean, same sex want to have want to raise kids. Go ahead, but now you want to switch up and take certain titles that's not yours like that. And it is even said like it demolished what they was fighting for the rights for and stuff. So now all of a sudden you come because you a stud and an aggressive tomboy, you want to be labeled as the male of the relationship, and also too, I'm the father, which you're not. I mean, it's pathetic. Why don't you just say I'm a mother also too? And stuff. Why can't you just say I'm a mother? Yeah, my child has two mothers in this relationship. You're ashamed of that? Like it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the kids. Fun thing about it though, there's a community of them like this, and even constantly supporters. You know what I'm saying? That's that gonna raise these kids. Majority like this, with especially for the boys and stuff. They gonna feel like this is how a man acts based upon what that the stepmother is, and technically that's not how men really act. That's a woman pretending trying to be a man, overly doing it. We don't act like that. Then again, like you said, that's more like an aggressive pit bull dude from the hood so much acting like that. But they even act over emotional, like crazy. Don't think sometimes, and that's mostly a lot of these studs be thinking that's how they act, how us men act. Like no, that's not how a real normal man acts and stuff.
At all.
So when they see this, it's like yeah, it's like like why don't you take pride at you know what I'm saying? Hey, I mean, hey, I'm not into girly things. That's acceptable. Hey, I'm still a woman. Yeah, I'm another mother for the kid. We both the kid had two mothers. How you gonna take a title that's not even you? You're not even born to me. It's pathetic. And stuff. Also
Agree.
too, what I'm saying for the single mothers out there. That was the second question you asked.
No, well, you answered it. You
No, I
it's
was talking about the single mothers. I was talking about the lesbian couples.
Oh, and yeah, the other question was, how do you feel about single mothers calling themselves dads? But you pretty
Oh,
much.
I didn't even answer that. No. Now with that, yo, I mean, I don't think so and stuff. There's a community of single mothers who feel the need that I don't need no man to raise a child, and it's even more pathetic because there's videos of this. You can actually look them up. See how these the men who was raised by single mothers how they turned out and stuff. Even though that grown man would actually admit, it would be good to have a male in my life and everything, but it didn't turn out that way. And I'm proud of my mom. Blah blah blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you want to set the fault that your mother, that number one, she either chose this functional dude to get pregnant by, or she literally chose to want to raise a kid by herself. Literally, like she just wanted to go to the sperm bank and get pregnant and fill it.
Now you're
You sounded
bored.
muffled.
You're
You
bored
sounded
him.
no, he not
Hello?
bored. He just muffled. There you go. He cool now.
Yeah. Nah, it's even pathetic. Like, there's a community of single mothers. Either two, they chose the wrong guy on their own free will to get pregnant by. And think that man gonna change, when they was born multiple times. Or there's women literally saying that I don't need no man to raise a kid. So they going off to the sperm banks. Or, getting pregnant and raising kids without no father. And we see how a lot of these boys is turning out. Even some of the girls. Like, there's no balance and stuff. So it's like, it's it's even pathetic. I had to sometimes correct some dudes, like, stop wishing these single mothers or these single mothers happy Father's Day on Father's Day. They're just a single parent doing her part of the job and stuff. That's all they are. She's a single mother and everything. She has a day. She doesn't get 2 days. No. Like, you don't see us men, especially single fathers, want to be wish happy Mother's Day.
You never see that. Never.
No. So why are you giving double credit to women like that? Like, no, like, yo, if you feel that way, then why should we be encouraged the single fathers to do that to y'all day, to Mother's Day? Mm-hmm. Exactly. Nah, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and most of the time also too, a lot of these single mothers, they still constantly go out and date, but make the stepfather suffer even more, aren't they? Misusing him, mistreating him, and manipulating him and stuff. And they go around talking about man's a bigger man than a man with no kids that don't want to take care of a woman with package. That man's a better man than him. I'm like, no, I don't think so. He ain't no better than man than me. I don't care if he take on a package or not. Like, nah. I decided to raise a family with my seed and my bloodline and stuff, not nobody else's. Because more and more videos, I already have my own experience with that and stuff. I'll never do it again. God forbid, if it actually does happen, I made that woman work 5 times as hard to make me commit to her and her kid. Keyword kid. Because I see more than one kid. I ain't wifing that up. I don't care. That's all I want to say for now.
Well, all right.
Thank you for that, Mel.
And you know what else?
What?
And you know what else? These single mothers will make any and every man suffer for the mistakes of their current baby daddy or past baby daddies.
Oh yeah, it's not only that, they make the kid who the baby daddy that they really did not want to get pregnant by suffer also too. So not only that, that father wanted to do his job suffering, but God forbid for some of the children that they suffer. She's taking out an anger on that kid because that's a reminder. You all saw Boys in the Hood, right? You saw how the mother was treating Ricky and Dope Boy.
Mm-hmm. And she lost both of them.
Exactly.
Not only that. Yep. Not only that, I saw a video they were talking about Tupac's mother and how they revealed the truth about what she did to Tupac's father, before he was eventually deleted back in '96.
Oh yeah, he's speaking this truth right now too.
Oh yeah, he doing interviews galore on there. So yeah, he talking about it and everything.
Exactly. It's like what Angry Man says. It's like what Angry Man says. Men don't remember for what they're not doing instead of being remembered for what they are doing and stuff.
The only time, but see, the thing is,
right now with his own biological kid, that's wife, and he's being mistreated and everything. Like,
yeah, but the thing about that is, a man will never be truly remembered for what he's done until he's no longer alive.
Exactly.
That is true. Men never get their flowers while they're alive. I did notice that.
That's why I urge every man to check out this one video that I've been watching lately, man. I don't know if y'all are familiar with this artist called Dax, but he got a song called "How to Be a Man" that he described it perfectly.
Oh yeah, great video.
You mean Dax? Is he a rapper?
Yes.
He's a rapper, but he sing on that song though.
Oh, I'm thinking.
Not
Did he make his own version of Dr. Dre's "Forgot About Dre"?
He could have. I know he did Rap Guys 1 and 2.
Yeah, he did. He did the Forgot About Dre remix.
Yeah,
I think
Okay, now I remember. I discovered
yeah,
I discovered him back in 2021. He made his own version of "Forgot About Dre,"
yep,
still Dre, the same
yep,
year. I remember
yep,
now.
yeah. And he got a song
And I ain't
called
gonna lie, he
Hallelujah.
was tight.
Yeah, he
He was
made that
tight.
song called "To Be a Man," and that song is deep, bro. Like I advise every man to listen to that song for real.
Okay, which instrumental did he use? Because he be using instrumentals from whole beats of the years past, which I
No,
love. Any rapper that can do that is good.
that song is an
It's
original
in a
song. Like that's his actual song. Like it's
oh
not
okay.
no he flipped it. Like that's his real song. So that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so he didn't sample it from something else.
No, he
Okay.
didn't sample it from nobody. I mean, but if you listen to it, it kind of got like a country music feel to it, but also kind of like an R&B soul type of feel to it as well. But I'm telling you, y'all gotta listen to it.
Hit 2 million views in 2 days.
Will
Hmm Right now, it's currently sitting at 9 million views.
What's the artist's name again? I'm gonna look him up.
Dax, DAX.
Okay,
Hmm
see, right on his
he
YouTube
just made
page.
the song. Damn. I found the
Yeah.
original version. Now I'm seeing a mega mix with other people involved. Okay.
Oh yeah, because he had a challenge for people that did their own versions of like either a freestyle or singing on it and stuff. And these are just regular people doing on this song too. Like, yeah, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah, I see the white chick is on there.
Yeah, it's two white women that be singing on there, but yeah,
That like Papoose on the head?
no, that ain't Papoose on there, man.
Oh,
Trust me, Papoose would have said something about that, but no, he ain't on there. All right, so what we about to do here?
Give me
So is
that.
everybody done answering the questions?
yeah. We wait for the next one.
All right. So I guess it's my turn to come up with the question. But before I do that, let's acknowledge this super chat that we got up right here. Salute to the homie Dame C for sending a $2 super chat. And it reads salute Melly Mel and Killer Swag and Panel. Salute to you for that, my boy.
Thank you so much, Dancy. Salute to you.
Okay. While everybody was talking, I was like really thinking about what I wanted to ask, but I think I might got what I want to ask though. But okay. In today's society, a lot of fathers are always, being mistreated, misused, always being talked down upon and stuff like that. But I want to know from each and every person on the panel whether you had a father in your life or you didn't. What does Father's Day or just having a father period, what does that truly mean to you, especially in today's environment? What does that mean to you, and what should it mean to you in today's environment? Melody, I'll start with you first.
I'm sorry.
Melody.
Hello.
I'm sorry. I'm here. My dog was barking, and I'm looking for my charger. I'll go after Brienne.
Okay. Bria, you up, girl?
Hey, so the question was, if you had a father in your life, and what does it mean?
I'm saying if you did or you didn't, what does Father's Day and what does fathers in general truly mean to you in today's environment? Because everybody have their own different opinions.
Yeah, I did grow up with my father. My father and my mom have been married this August. I think it'll be 40 years.
Mm,
39. They always get the year mixed up because the first year they were like teenagers. So they get the year mixed up too, but they've been together over 36 years. So the role of the father is a lot of times it's not even a direct thing. It's an indirect, feeling of comfort and security for children. And I noticed with me personally, being the only girl, there are certain things I just didn't have to think about, to the point where I would talk to other friends and they would tell me about their, worries and insecurities. And I'm thinking, oh, I never had that issue because my father probably took care of that. So in society now, they're using fathers just for resources and like expendable commodities. Fathers are supposed to be that solid security, um, rock you can go to when you need someone to talk to, or if something in the world is, you know, making you feel down. So the problem I've noticed more than anything else is that the people who didn't grow up with a father don't know what they were missing. So now they think that it's not needed, not realizing that they were missing so much, that giving their child a good father is only going to be a benefit to that child. So it's almost, you don't know how good you could have had it if, your mother and father were married and planned you, and, if you were able to do that for your child as well. So I've noticed a lot of circling with the, as they call it, the generational curse, where you continue to do something because you don't see the negative long-term effects of that. The lack of masculinity in the society we have now, the lack of confidence, um, the lack of knowledge that a lot of men are missing because their father, for one reason or another, isn't in their life. And I've noticed a lot of men want to be in their children's lives, and one or more things are keeping them away. Not to their fault, not just to the fault of their own, but to society, because we don't see it as important. So I guess to circle and close, if we truly could explain to some of these women how important a father is, they may have a change of heart. Because if you didn't grow up with a father, you don't know how good you could have had it. So you're not giving your child that benefit.
Mm, beautiful.
That
All
was
right.
beautiful. I'm back. Can you repeat the question? Because I didn't really hear
Okay.
it at the beginning.
Okay. My question is like, and this goes for anybody that if you had a father in your life or you didn't have a father in your life, as far as like Father's Day, what does fathers truly mean to you in today's environment, today's society? Like, how do you rate the importance of having a father in a society? Is what I was trying to ask.
Okay, well, I had a father. I have a father. Actually, we just took him out for Father's Day. We had a great time. My father was married to my mother for about, how's my sister's 44. So yeah, probably over 44 years they've been together. They actually got married when I was 5. So they've been together for over 44 years, but they got married when I was 5. I was the flower girl. I still remember it. Like you probably think, 5 years old is too young to remember things. No, I remember being a flower girl at their wedding and all the sweet things he did for me and how he taught me to be athletic. That's why I always stayed in shape, because my dad always had me running and playing football, playing basketball. He taught me how important it was not to be with all men, like sleep around the community. He told me how men look at women, and he just showed me it was very important having him in my life, because he pretty much showed me how to be a woman, and not be a little slut out. Excuse my language. I don't know if I can say that, but not
You can.
I can, right?
Hmm.
Pretty much he taught me not to be a slut out in the streets. He kept me sheltered to a certain extent, but not too sheltered to where I wanted to go out and explore. He still let me do what I had to do. I just knew that it was wrong to, mess around with a lot of men. What else did my dad teach me? He taught me I have to, cook. I gotta clean. Like, I think that's why I have the mentality I have. Like, I gotta make sure a man is well fed, taken care of. Um, I know I shouldn't talk down on men or yell at men. He taught me to stay in a woman's place. He also told me that, hey, you ever put your hands on a man, you need to expect for him to put his hands back on you. Because, you want to act like a man will treat you like a man. So I think it's very important. And that's why
Damn.
for real. And I think that's why I'm not a single mother now. I'm not married, which I should be probably at my age, but at least I don't have any kids running around. without a father.
Wow. I am proud of you, Melody.
Like for real.
And
But
if your father is listening to this stream, I want to say shout out to him. I am amazed at the young lady he raised. That's why I'm going to say Happy Father's Day to you.
definitely happy Father's Day to you, Dad, and everybody else's father who's listening. But yes, it's very, very important. That's why I don't
Salute.
walk out. Look, that's why I don't go outside in bonnets and slippers, and I make sure my hair is brushed. You would think it was because of my mom, but nah, it's my dad. He's the one who told me how important it was to look
That's what's
good
up.
when I go out. So
That was beautiful. That was touching, man. Like, see, father practically put you up on game.
pretty much.
That's what's up, man. Like that's another reason why fathers are very much important, especially like in a daughter's life as well, especially in a son's life too. But fathers always go look out more so for their daughters, especially when it comes to dealing with the opposite sex, because we as men we know how we each other act, so we know what to expect from them. But a lot of women, especially our daughters, they don't have a clue, especially when they're first starting to interact with them. So, I mean, you got a lot of women that'll be like, "Oh no, you don't know what you talk about, Dad." But it's like I had to grow up too. I had to deal with the stuff that they're dealing with as well. So, of course, I'm gonna know what they're going through more so than you ever will. So, yeah, that was great answers, Melody, for real.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right. No doubt. All right, Leo Anthony, that question is also for you as well, my boy.
Um, I don't. This is so hard to explain. Because I didn't grow up with a father. But later on in life, I would say I had a pretty good experience when I went to the Marine Corps. So, um, I don't know the girl's name, but like she was saying, like how you felt like you missed out or from some things because you didn't have a father. I definitely felt like that because growing up, I always wanted my father to be around and like him kind of like see me grow up and him mentor me. And me and my mother and my sister, we did struggle a lot. So I always kind of like resented him for not being there. So I kind of like hated my father to a point to where I didn't want to be nothing like him. That's why I kind of never fully got into the hood and street stuff because my father was a pookie, he was a drug dealer. And he was like in and out of jail, so he wasn't reliable. So I didn't really want to be like him. Like he was an example of what not to be as a man. That's how I looked at him. And while I was growing up, I really had no clue as far as what is being a man, what does a real man do, what is masculinity, and all of that stuff. I had no clue what any of that was, right? I was a shy, timid kid growing up. I was very quiet to myself. Now, when I got to the Marine Corps, um, I pretty much lived, sleep, trained, ate, fought with nothing but men for about 5 years. And just being around like all those alpha men, masculine men, militant men, married men, I kind of started forming my own identity as far as like what it means to be masculine, because in that environment, one of the like main lessons that they teach you is you need to be a man we can rely on, right? Because your teammate literally depends on it. You cannot be dead weight. Nobody's going to coddle you. Nobody's going to save you. Nobody's going to pull your weight. You have to pull your own weight. So it instilled a lot of qualities in me that I felt like made me masculine and kind of made me understand what it is to be a man, right? Because you need that like that hardship and that adversity is sort of like a rites of passage to kind of understand what it is to be a man and how hard you have to work. And even just being disciplined, we had to be very disciplined, like not get in trouble, don't get into drunk fights because you could get NJP. Uh, you had to have some type of sexual discipline, right? Because like when we go on deployment, they specifically told us, you get these girls pregnant out here in these foreign countries, you get in court-martialed. So it instilled a lot of different qualities about me that I felt like real men should have. So fathers are very important because, women, we always say that a woman cannot raise a boy to be a man. That's because they don't understand what it is to be a man and how to be a masculine, dominant man. That's not qualities a woman really knows how to instill in her son, right? Because mothers will tend to just coddle their son. Your mom will basically take care of you to the day she dies. Your mother will never be that hard on you. But your dad, or if you got some strong male figures in your life, they will push you to be the best version of yourself. Always. They always used to tell us never get complacent, never get too comfortable, always find ways to improve, right? You never want to be doing the same thing you did last year. You always want to be constantly improving as a man. So, yes, Father's Day to me is a day that men should be celebrated and appreciated for the work that they put in as far as like society and just like being like a male mentor to a young man. So it is very important. That's why I do get angry when I see like women sort of try to make that day about them because that day is not for them. That day is for men to be appreciated and celebrated. So Father's Day is very important. Fathers are important. That's my take on it.
All right, man. That was great answers, man. For real.
I was saying the same thing. Like these answers are crazy good. Like,
Yeah, man. Like it's making me really happy to hear about everybody's takes on this stuff. Like I'm not even really messing with y'all. Like I'm really happy to hear about all of this. But I know Mel said he was gonna be right back, so I guess he taking care of something. So Huscular and Muscular, what you got on the topic as far as like the importance of fathers in today's society, or how do you feel fathers should be rated in today's economy? How do you feel about that?
Oh, my bad. Uh, First of all, let me just say, fathers are just as important as the mothers. They just have a different role to play. The father's the disciplined one, the mother is the one, the caring and nurturing one. So both roles are important. And for the record, my father died over 30 years ago, so I myself never had a father. I never knew what he looked like. I was just told things by my own mother, but I never really knew my dad. So
Same
all I
here.
had was my uncles, my mother's brothers, and my father's brothers. So I never honestly knew my father. But I believe that the father's role is to put some sort of masculinity within the man. Teach him to discipline him, teach him how to do masculine things like fixing a car. I know my uncle taught me how to properly fix a bike. Male cousins, same thing. They were like in high school while I was in elementary school. Some knocking on I had cousins who were fresh out of high school showing me how to properly fix a bike or whatever. So that's how I learned how to do some of that. That's how I learned how to do stuff like that. It's been 20 years. I'm kind of rusty. I rode a bike in 20 years. So I'm kind of rusty, but I digress. So I had to learn some of these masculine things from other male members of the family. But I feel like it would have been a slow process if I had a father around.
Mm, yeah, like that definitely touched me because I can honestly say the same thing because like I do remember how my father looked, especially since I still got pictures of him. But yeah, my old man, he passed away when I was only 4 years old. So I never really had a chance to get to know him and talk to him and have conversations with him. So and even as a grown man, I go through life. I learned everything on my own. I learned how to shave on my own. I learned how to line myself up on my own. I know how to work out, do all this type of stuff on my own, fix things on my own. But at the same time, it's like I did wish that I could have had that, fatherly experience. You know what I'm saying? Like how I seen a lot of kids had when they was growing up. Nowadays, these kids are crazy. But back then, I remember sitting on the porch as a kid. I used to just see these kids playing with their dads, and I'd just be like, why do I feel like I'm missing out on so much because my dad passed away? Like it's just not fair.
Yeah.
But as you get older, you learn things, and of course, like I said, you don't ever get over it. You just learn to live with it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, that what Husker Musker said, it really did take me back right there. Like it really did.
Yeah,
So
my condolences to the both of you. I'm so sorry that you guys had to go through life without a father figure. But you guys seem like it turned out pretty well. So, hey.
thank you. I mean,
Yeah.
I had a lot of solid people behind me that was always in my butt about doing the right things, and so whether it be my mother, my cousins, my uncles, even some of the neighborhood dudes would always be looking out for me. So I always had people that had my back. So, and I always tell them every single time I ever see them, like, thank y'all for keep staying in my corner no matter what, man.
Yeah, definitely. Well, much
Well, all
love to
right.
Hey, that's what's
you guys.
saying. And to say the same thing. Sometimes I look back wishing my father could have at least lived to see me graduate high school or college because maybe my life would have been different. I'd have had a male figure in my life. I had to learn everything on my own. How to shave. Well, I don't have any hair, so I got to cut my own hair bald. But I learned how to shave properly on my own. I had to learn
Mm,
martial arts and self-defense without some sort of masculine support. Well, aside from the instructors, of course. I learned discipline from the
uh-huh.
military, so I had some masculine support, but it didn't come from a father. It came from
Hmm.
other men in the family or other male out positive influences, positive male influences on the outside.
Hmm.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like I said, how I learned how to cut
Shout out
hair
to
from
brother
my
Maverick.
grandfather. Yeah,
Hi,
shout out to
Maverick.
him.
I see you in the chat.
Shout
Hey,
out to
man.
him, man.
Shout
Yeah,
out to Maverick. Me and Brienne know him, so hey, he's
Yeah,
cool
yeah,
people.
yeah. Like
it
I
seems
said,
it.
I I thank my grandfather every day for teaching me how to cut hair, though. So
Oh, so you okay? Also, happy Father's Day to all the grandfathers. We can't forget about y'all.
yeah,
Even people who didn't have fathers in their lives, I'm sure they had a grandpa to raise them
right, yeah.
or an uncle.
But hmm well, all right, man. That's enough of my sad story. Class, I mean, is Mel back yet?
Back now?
Because if not, we could just pass it to classy perspective and then just wait for Mel to come. Let's see here.
He may need
I
some more
guess
time.
I guess he probably needs some more time. So classy perspective, what you got on this?
Well, I can say for the most part that I'm truly thankful that I have my biological father in my life of my mother. They've been going for about close to 50 years already. I can say that gracefully they've been going for about 50 years. I mean, now they're at the age where they're getting sick and getting tired at this moment. God bless them both. However, I want to say besides my father, actually, I've had like four different facets of manhood growing up. My grandfather's side, he taught me how the old generation used to work and how they used to do things. Then I had my father who taught me during his generation on how to be a man. And then I had like my uncle who was the doctor that showed me another facet of how to be a man on how to be more book smart. So I'm actually very thankful for all three of them for instilling a lot of different traits in me on how to be a man versus being a a blue collar working man or also a white collar working man. And on top of that, I would like to thank them for giving me the discipline and the structure and keep yelling at me and telling me when it cry, don't hurt. Take it like a man. That's what they used to tell me. Take it like a man. Doesn't mean that I don't love you, but you take it like a man. And when you see your elders, you always show respect. You open the doors for the elderly ladies. You salute an older man when they come by because you don't know what they went through history wise. That's what I was taught. And on top of that, I want to thank my father for teaching me how to actually put Christmas lights on the roofs when Christmas time in that deep ass snow. And I also like to thank him for teaching me how to get money at 5 years old. I used to yield a lawnmower across like 5 blocks looking for people who need their front and backyards cut for only $5. That's how it started off out in 100-degree weather. So that installed some discipline in me, some respect, and learned how to respect a dollar, earn a buck. And basically, if it wasn't for them teaching me how to work hard, be on time, get up early, do what I need to do, I probably would be where most of these people would be nowadays. That's why I'm called a cornball. And it is what it is.
No, you're not a cornball. You're just an amazing man. You're not a Pookie or Ray Ray.
Yeah, I just
That's
couldn't.
what they want you to believe.
And then, well, before I that Pookie and Ray Ray thing, people have to understand the time that I grew up in, back in the like late '70s, going on to the '80s. Those gang members back in the day, when a young man came through, try to act hard, it was like, you know what, take your small butt home. You ain't built for this. You ain't ready for this. This is grown man stuff. You go back and hit those books. That's how I was, brought up during my day. Because I had a drunk uncle that was crazy. He would tell me a woman wouldn't respect you if you beat a man, but he spent 25 years in jail. Now he's out. But at the same time, he was one of those guys. This is grown man's business. You ain't ready for this. You don't need to be here. Take your butt home. That's how it was back in the day, bro.
That's that old school love.
Yeah, that's just how it was. It's like, boy, go home and hush up. I got sperm bigger than you. Go home.
Yeah, nowadays, the OGs that have the youngins out there hustling on the corner with them.
Yep.
That's what it's different.
That ain't nothing new. That's been going on since I was a child. That's been going on even since I was a kid.
Wow.
No, I think like some OGs, like especially like if a youngin comes to them, they could tell if you kind of got like the heart for being a gangster or not. They could just tell like if you cold blooded, if you too pure hearted, and if they feel like you're a genuine good person, they can be like, nah, this life ain't for you. Like you don't want this. Go hit the books.
Yeah,
But I do think some of them do it like that.
That's what I was told. I mean, I was called Noodle growing up because they knew I didn't have it. They was like, Noodle, go home. I used to get mad at that name.
Noodle. Oh, Noodle.
Yeah, and look where you are now. You're a freaking doctor, so you can tell them to kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I still gotta show respect even at their old age. They see me, Noodle, what's going on? I'm like, son of a. But anyway,
It's all right. We all had, our little nicknames when we were little, but that's cute. That's the cutest thing ever. Noodle? That's cute. Why'd they call you Noodle?
because I was the nerdy type. They could tell. They could look through my soul and tell that I wasn't built for any of that type of stuff. Even the females was calling me Noodle. Noodle, go home before I squirt breast milk on you. That's what I used to get, and I would go home crying.
Nah, that's funny. I had to look like I could definitely like look like a Pookie, but once they got to know my personality, it was like, yeah, nah, bro, you go hit the books, go to school. This not for you. So they was in a way they was like trying to look out for me, but I didn't understand when I was younger because I thought that was a cool thing to do when I was trying to fit in.
Yeah, I used to put mascara on my lips and make a mustache just to get in the club. I would get busted all the time.
How old were you doing this mustache?
You dirty for that.
I started at 12 years old. I tried to get in the teenagers' parties, the 17-year-old, the 18-year-olds party, because I wanted to be around the girls. Because how built they were compared to the little ones I was. So I put the mustache. It was like, boy, take that eyeshadow back to your mama. Go home, Noodle.
Oh no.
Yeah, because like back in the day, it was like cool to be a gangster. Like you wasn't getting no play from girls unless you was like a jock or a thug.
Yes.
That growing up in the '90s. That's how it was.
Yeah. And I think all of
Yeah,
us
the good old days.
But
Have y'all noticed that nowadays I think nerd culture is getting a better push than the gangster culture now? In case y'all haven't noticed it.
Yeah, because you got like the superhero movies like doing big numbers like Marvel, DC, even anime. Like now it's cool to watch all that stuff. And I remember growing up, people used to make fun of you for that shit for watching all that stuff. Now it's cool. But that's I think now because people know you can be like multi-dimensional. You don't gotta be like one-dimensional. Like if you're a dude that like comic books, that doesn't mean you're a nerdy dude that can't get women or don't got no swag. You could be both. So things have changed, and I think now people kind of realize that you don't need to be a thug to be a masculine man or be looked at as a masculine man. I mean, because Melody, you do see that, right? That some women like they're kind of like if you don't have that like hood to you, they don't consider
Mhm.
you a masculine man.
Exactly. I hear a lot of people, well, I used to hear people saying, I want a gangster and a gentleman. You would hear things like that.
Right. And that's, see, when I was younger, that was so confusing, right? Because I was like, do I need to be a thug to like be considered a man? Like I used to, my 9-year old self used to ask that question, but
Yeah.
being in the military and just seeing other successful men, like my grandfather, he like owned a limousine company. I was like, nah, it's just you need to be a man that people can depend on, that people respect. And you don't have to be the stereotypical hood dude that made it out the hood to do that. So
No, you don't. And you know what else? You had they would make fun of you back in the day for having on clothes that weren't name brand. If you grew up in the 90s and the 2000s, you know what I'm talking
I
about.
that's why they had us wear uniforms because kids would get made fun of because they weren't wearing like the newest name brand stuff. So they enforced
Oh
the
yeah,
uniforms and stuff.
man.
Don't
Shoot.
get me
Yeah.
started with school uniform.
You
Man,
see
shoot.
a high school kid with Coogee sweaters and stuff and everything. It's like, what type of parents buying their kid a $500 sweater?
Right.
Come on, yeah, like
You know,
I don't know
you,
about y'all. I,
you know they
I
had a
don't know
lot of
about y'all. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know about y'all, but as a kid, I hated school uniforms. I mean, they weren't bad, but the fact that I have to wear that stuff every day instead of wearing my own individual clothes, it was just, oh, it was cringe. Looking back 20, 30 years, yes, it still makes me cringe, but it was kind of, but it was kind of a mess. But when I was in high school, we had some special occasions where we can come out in uniform, also wear something with the school logo on it, whether it be a basketball jersey or one of their custom made shirts or whatever. That's how to go out, swag out, go to school and swag out. Like downstairs, you got to rack your brain. You're gonna wear to school
you
in
Borging.
addition to your school, whatever school clothes they had. Yeah, especially y'all ladies.
They
Yeah,
gone,
you were
man.
Borging really, really bad. We didn't really hear what you said.
Yeah, but like they enforced that because they wanted to try to put like a stop to like kids bullying each other because
Hmm.
like that would be like one of the easiest things a kid could bully you for because
yeah.
you don't got no name brand shit on and he does.
But you know
Yup.
what? But you know what though? When you had the uniform on, guess what they went to? Your
The
shoes.
shoes.
They walked, looked down
Hmm.
at your
That's the only way they could like judge you for what you was wearing is just by your shoes.
Mhm.
hmm
So yeah.
your shoes or your hair. If you were a
Um,
girl, it was your hair. And but the boys, yeah, it was
yeah,
the
Yeah, man. Like I remember when I used to
exactly.
rock J's. I remember I used to rock J's in school, but my feet were so small back in the day. You had the kid size. They always like, man, you got on them fake J's, man, because they didn't look like the adult sizes. So it's like, man, come on, these are not fake. Because my sister and my mom would buy me a pair of J's all the time and stuff. Until I eventually went on to start wearing like Forces and Tims and stuff. But then of course, I got older, my feet started growing into it. So, but yeah, I used to get teased for that a lot when I was going to school, man. Just the J's and stuff. I was like, oh,
You got teased for having J's on?
they thought that
That
they was fake, even though it wasn't. I was like, dude, they're kid sizes because I had small feet when I was a kid. Now I got normal size feet, but yeah, at that time I was wearing like a 4 or 5 or something. So it didn't look like the adult size J's like how you would see them today. Like, cause kid sizes and adult sizes, they look completely different. Like some of the features are the same, but like certain things is different when you can tell which is which.
Yeah, but I remember I have two instances. This when I was real young. Don't laugh, y'all. My mother sent me to school. Y'all know I got flamed with some Tims with a bush on them instead of the tree.
Oh,
you you know I got flamed. You know I got
oh man.
flamed for those. And then one
A
time
bush.
with instead of the tree, it was the bush. And I didn't know. We were young. I didn't realize it, but the kids that were real fashionable, they was like, oh, she got a bush on her Tims. I was embarrassed the whole day at school. And I'm like, why would you buy me these? Like it was so embarrassing. And then it was a time where she sent me to school in an orange coat because it was so cold. It was like a bright orange reflector coat.
Oh
And
boy.
it was like a bubble. Yeah. I got flamed for that. So yeah, kids were very mean and harsh back in the day.
Yes, they
Like
Oh yeah.
were.
very
I mean, I can tell you the time where everybody had Nikes, I had Ikes.
Ikes.
Yeah, and the
Not
Jordache, I was
Nikes.
pretending they were Jordans. I used to get into it, and we used to wear the Buster Browns and Fast Wings.
Buster Browns.
Yeah,
Mr. Brown.
a Buster Brown were
What's
penny
Buster
loafers.
Browns?
Back in the day, they were in the '80s. They were penny loafers, and you put the penny in the middle.
Yeah,
Oh, those shoes.
I know about
Yeah,
those shoes.
I
Thankfully, I
used to
never
get
wore
clown.
them.
Yeah, I used to get clown when I was 5, 6. Man, where did your shoes say Nikes or Nickies? I used to get all of it.
Dude said Nickies. Oh my god,
Nickies.
I think Nikki became a shoe eventually.
dude. Oh, oh man,
And
no.
I think Nikki become a shoe brand at some point, ironically.
Oh my god. How about
So
anybody? One kid got sent to school. Instead of the jump man on his Jordans, he had him doing like a split or something. Like instead of him, the jump man on the Jordans,
Oh
he
my
was doing
god.
Yeah, I
something.
remember
He was
with
doing
the
something
with the
else.
guy slam dunking the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like different.
Oh yeah. You could
Yeah,
definitely tell the difference
flamed.
between the J's because he ain't gonna be
Yeah,
doing the iconic pose that Jordan do. Like you can tell the differences.
you could tell the difference. But he was
Yeah,
doing something funny.
even when Tommy Hilfiger came to thing, I had Johnny Hilfiger.
Nah, I always had me some real Tommy Hilfiger clothes.
Oh, I had to go to work for that. I had to work for
Oh
that.
shoot.
Oh my god.
Luckily for me, I actually had a sister that wanted to see me swagged out, so she got me some, some Tommy Hilfiger shirts and jeans and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
that's cool. That's cool. People was wearing cool water. I was just wearing water.
yeah,
Oh
and then at the
no.
time, my brother was wearing triple fat goose coats and stuff for the winter and stuff. Like back when they was actually popular. Nowadays,
Yeah.
people will look at you like, "What the hell is triple fat goose?" I'll be like,
Uh huh.
"Man."
Yeah.
But back in the early to mid '90s, man, you was nobody if you didn't have a triple
okay.
fat goose coat.
It's
Mm.
true.
So I got a question for
Well,
like
at
the
least you had
I got
well,
a
at least you
question
had
for the
sisters
panel.
looking out for you. You're not finna embarrass your sisters looking any old kind of way, so I get how that works.
Yeah, but see the thing is, me and my sister, we 12 years apart, so it's not like we was going to the same school, but she always looked out for her baby brother. So
Yeah. Well, I think Leo had a question, but let me just say this real quick. Another valuable lesson my dad taught me, because like you heard what I said, they were sending me to school with crazy sneakers and stuff on. But he was like, when I turned, I think 14, he was like, you need a job. You want to get the sneakers you want? Because I'm not going to, I'll buy you nice sneakers sometimes, but you need a job and you need to buy, that way you can buy what you want. And as soon as I hit 14, I got the working papers and he put me to work. And that's when I started buying all the nice clothes, the nice sneakers and all that. But that was the lesson that he taught me. And then he also taught me never to get on welfare. Um, he said people would make fun of me for having like a EBT card. If he just would shame you, so you wouldn't want to go in that direction. And I love him for that.
yeah,
Salute on
definitely.
Damn.
that.
Nowadays they don't get
Salute.
shamed for that anymore, now do they?
It's actually celebrated today.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's my point. I mean, your father taught you so well not to rely on government assistance. It's just a shame that nowadays that's highly praised and highly encouraged.
For real. It
And as
is.
a man who had food stamps, as a man who's had food stamps back in 2013, had them for a year, I can say it's not so bad. But my goal was not to rely on that just to put food on the table. I got me a job in less than I'm gonna say about after a year of using food stamps. So you can't walk around with that mask and rely on government assistance and all the constant recertification. Oh God, it's a mess.
Yeah. Facts. Wait, did Mel get
Uh,
to go, guys?
I
I
think he
don't even know
spoke.
if he
Did
did
he?
want to go. He said something, but I don't think he wanted to speak because he kept telling me to pass it. So I don't know.
Hmm. And then
So I
Leo.
mean, if he don't want to talk about it, Leo already answered my question. So
No, but he had another question to ask you, I
oh,
think.
okay, okay, go ahead,
Well,
Leo.
it's to the panel and it's on topic too. So
Oh,
I
wait,
remember
save that
back,
for your question. Is it a different question?
yeah.
Oh, well, you're after Brienne, so save that, hold that thought for your question, if that's
Okay.
okay. All right. I think it's your turn, Brienne, to ask the panel a question.
Oh, I didn't even have a question ready. I was getting ready for the next person to ask a question. I
Okay,
was
so
just enjoying the conversation.
okay. So I'm gonna ask the question.
Yeah.
So in the 80s and the 90s, right? Being a stepfather was celebrated. I remember it. I remember women and even men saying a real man would take care of these kids like it's their own. A real man would step up. Now it's totally different. So, do you guys believe that being a stepfather now in 2023 should be celebrated? Yes or no?
Okay, I'm first, right?
Hmm.
This is a hard one. All right. I feel like, because I know the manosphere look down on stepfathers, but I feel like the kids need a father, whether it's a biological father or a stepfather. And shout out to the men. Shout out to the men who take on that responsibility of taking care of a child that's not yours, because you have to be a special type of person to do that, especially if you don't have kids of your own. So I think it's a good thing. I know people are probably going to kill me for that answer.
That's why I asked it because it's
To
controversial.
each his own.
To each his own, but yeah, I think it's a good thing for the kid. But on the other hand, for the man, he may be getting a short end of the stick, because especially if he marries the woman, because now if he ever wants to leave her, he would still have to pay child support to a child that isn't his. So I'm kind of like
Yeah,
50-50.
and you know it's crazy, Melody, like growing up as a kid, I just thought that was just something men do, right? Men are supposed to be responsible and be providers and protectors. So of course, this is something that a man is supposed to do. It's very noble too, right? Because you, especially if you don't have your own kids, you are taking a big risk to raise children, right? And
Mhm.
help a family. But then as I got older and I kind of learned about how women really are and how they can use men, then I started looking at it different. I'm like, okay, is she's just using this man for help? Is he's getting his like fair shake of the deal? So then I started looking at it different, like it's a big risk. Like,
Mhm.
um, again, I can respect the man that is willing to take that risk, but I wouldn't advise any man, especially who doesn't have kids, to sign up for that because I've seen a lot of horror stories to where, you know, this man was helping a single mother with her in a relationship, and it didn't work out, and then you got to deal with that pain of bonding with the child and sort of losing it because the relationship didn't work out. And then a lot of the times they realized they wasted a lot of time helping this woman take care of another man's kid when they could have just had their own, and that kid would
Right.
have been in their life forever. So,
And can I add? Let me just add. Oh, I'm sorry, you weren't done.
oh no, go ahead. What you been at?
I just want to add to that because I forgot to say this. A lot of times, baby father drama comes with being a stepdad. Like the biological dad is jealous. He might be jealous because his child is calling you daddy, or he's worried about the child being around another man, rightfully so, because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors in that house. Also, a lot of fights, like fights, like, oh, that's my child. And then the stepfather might say, well, you haven't been around, so he can't go with you. It just creates a whole bunch of drama. So that's another thing.
Right, and I hate that, like, because I see women, or some women, running around with the premise that you don't like baby mamas or single moms because you was raised by a single mom, right? So you saw it growing up, and that's the reason why you don't want to be with a single mom. I'm like, no, most men who got older, they dated a single mother at one point in their life, and you've had that experience. And I've dated a few. I dated a woman with 3 kids. I dated a woman with 2 kids. And from those experiences, I didn't like that I didn't have no control over the kids whatsoever. I could not discipline them without their mother getting in my case, or their father having a problem with it. Then it was like crazy expensive. And I'm like, why am I dishing out all this money for kids that isn't mine? Eventually, I kind of realized that like this woman was really just trying to use me to survive. And I was turned off from doing it completely. So, yeah, I mean, I can respect a man who, you know, you want to take that risk, but a lot of the times, you're just being used. So my opinion on it has changed as I got older. So that's why I was very curious to know what other people thought about being a stepdad in 2023. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it something that should be celebrated?
Well, I
I want
think
to know.
it's Killer's turn. I think you were supposed to go first, Killer. I took your turn, so go ahead.
I mean, hey, we both the host, so either way it go, So if you want to ask Melody first, you can ask her first. If you want to ask me first, you can ask me first. Like I said, we both running the show over here, so yeah. But can you repeat that question? Because I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of drifting in and out.
Here's
Do you,
here's a factor to that and everything.
Wait, I
That
think
is, huh?
Mel, I'm sorry, but it's Killer's turn, and then Brienne, then you, if you don't mind.
Let no, no let Mel get it out so that he can say what he got to say. Then I'll go after him, and then
Oh, okay.
afterwards we could go with Brienne, and then Huscular, Muscular, and Classic Perspective.
All right, cool.
So
I
go
just
ahead,
wanted to
Mel.
ask. Yeah, the fact that by now these other generation now don't want to take in single mothers. They're trying to break a cycle. Seen a video of that right now. This dude put himself well together to a certain class. He was on his dating show, which I don't know why, but told them, I'm not dating single mothers. He said, I'm a high value man. I ain't trying to date single mothers. They tried to shame him about you was raised by a single mother. And he said, so what? Why would I want to continue that cycle of, what I'm saying? Yeah, I want to raise my kid with my own and stuff. So it's like, they don't want to make that same mistake their moms did and stuff, and then try to shame a dude to take on that responsibility which he shouldn't have to. And stuff. No, he wants to raise his own kid the way he sees fit because he breeded this kid along with the mother. That's his DNA. That kid is not. He taking on a kid with that's not his. That's not his DNA. That's not like you can't breed him like that. Like yeah, like structured the way he's supposed to and stuff and everything because we all know and we see this on Kevin Samuels when he argued with them single mothers. Can he whoop that child's behind like it's his? And most of them said he doesn't have to, but he didn't ask that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That child will test him. That child will disobey you and him if y'all get together. Why should he have to come to the mother to get to discipline the child? Don't care if it's not his and the father's not around either. Two who can't be there every minute. That child's gonna learn how to respect the new man in your life if you decide to get together with him. But the problem is also too he can't keep running to you. Also too that child gonna look at you like you ain't the man in the house. Why I keep running to my mom's and stuff? You're the punk. That child will treat you the same way technically how the mother's treating you. She's the boss. Like no. So dudes ain't signing up for that. Yeah. That's it.
All
Facts.
right, all right, man. Well, I mean, as far as what I think is stepdads and important in today's society or whatever, like compared to how it was, back in the day, like honestly, being a stepdad in today's society is very, very thankless because like a man could take on those responsibilities just because he just genuinely loved that woman, and he could just be there, try to do the best that he can for those kids and stuff like that. And the kids can really get along with him. They can love him, everything that they could do for him. But that one thing that most stepfathers dread hearing whenever something goes wrong, and then when he calls himself trying to discipline the child, the first words come out of the kid's mouth like, "You can't tell me what to do. You not my daddy." And when a dude hears that, it's like, oh, after everything that I've done, whether I got you school supplies, got you school clothes, whether I was able to pick you up from the practices, I was able to do all of this stuff for you. And when I'm actually trying to steer you into the right direction, you want to come off at me and tell me that I'm not your father, even though we both know that I'm not your father. It's like most guys have to hear that, and that's why I don't even want to take on that type of responsibility because I mean I know how I am when I get in that type of situation. Because if a kid ever was to say something to me like that, the first thing I'd be like, well, okay, then since I'm not your father, go hit your daddy up so he can buy some school supplies for you. Go hit your daddy up so he can take you to school. Go hit your daddy up and see if he can take you to go get something to eat. Like, and in that sense, leave me alone. I just continue to love on your mother, but leave me alone. But I know most women ain't gonna deal with that because they be like, you gotta love me along with my child. So it's like, nah, man, I wouldn't even deal with that type of stuff. So I say, if you are a single man and you ain't got no kids, I advise against messing with single mothers. But if that's something that you genuinely want to do, hey man, I can't tell nobody what to do. But I'm just giving people advice on what they should or shouldn't do. And that's all I got to say on that.
Mm.
Believe me, I've been with single mothers. I've kicked it with single mothers, and I can tell you they're not the best choices for relationships. Have I messed around with single mothers? Yes. Have I dated one? Hell no. I would never do that.
Mhm. Well, all right, Brienne, were you ready to answer the question or should we go to
Oh, I
Hustler?
The
was,
huscular or muscular? Oh yeah, Greg got to answer. That's right.
yeah, I was ready.
I'll go after Brienne. You got it. You got it, baby girl.
I think the original question was, should stepfathers be celebrated?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think stepfathers should be celebrated. I think just being a good parent, step or otherwise, should be celebrated. But unfortunately, we're never going to know what's going on behind closed doors. And honestly, I can't think of one example of a stepfather that's actually the head of that household. He comes into the household and he has to conform to the rules that are already there, which I don't like. Like, if you're going to be a man in a household, you need to be the man in that household. That woman can't have such a hold on you where it be you move into her house, you have to follow her rules, have to be nice to her kids a certain way, or her kids are going to turn you against them. So I think it's really important if you're going to be a step anything that you need to make it very clear. I will treat these kids like they're my own. and I don't need any back talk from you. And again, I wanted so badly, I think I said this in one of your other lives, I wanted so badly to be like the modern day big mama. Like I wanted to be the person people would go to for advice if they needed a place to stay, if they needed something. Like I wanted to be that community member that just helped everybody. But that's not how it works in reality. In reality, every single time I gave somebody else's kids food, clothes, a shoulder to cry on, anything, I ended up being disrespected at the end of the day. So when I hear ex stepfathers talk about they would never do that again, I absolutely vibe with them. I would never put myself in a position to actually love and care about someone else's child just for them to disrespect me and then to be backed up by the mama or daddy that is actually raising them. So I think that's another problem. Like in the 90s, you could pop someone else's kid and then bring them to their parent for their parent to finish the butt whooping. I told a kid they were being disrespectful and that was not going to happen in my house. I got cursed out, called everything but a child of God. And I'm like, you act like I whooped this child. I told this child you're being disrespectful and I don't like it. I don't even want to imagine if that friendship or relationship would have continued, how things would have gone. Because this is the type of society we live in where you can have all the responsibilities of a parent, step parent, godparent, but you have no authority. So I think that's the part that's missing. If you don't have any authority over those children, there's no respect. So if they can't listen to you and know like that's how it's going to be, there's no respect. You need to run and don't look back. So that's what I've learned. I am not taking care of anyone else's kids other than my own because the authority and the respect factor will never be there.
Great answer. Love it. Yo, that was facts right there. Everything you said was facts. I didn't hear not one wrong answer. Like seriously, all night it was awesome. Everybody's opinions.
Mm-hmm.
What about
Salute to everybody so far.
right?
Mm.
That's what
Melody, would you be a stepmom?
No,
I'm.
I'm talking for you. I'm just playing.
She said it
Um,
for me.
no, please don't. And I'll say this: even if the situation is great, right? Everything's wonderful. Things could turn. You know what I mean? If you're going to date some, and here's some advice people don't really agree with me on, because again, I've been there. When you're dating somebody with children, you have to act as if their ex partner is a ghost or dead or something. You have to stonewall that person in your mind because if you don't, there will always be drama. You would rather the drama of her saying you never acknowledge her versus her telling the kids, well, she talked to me crazy, because then there's almost proof that you guys had a conversation. So that's what I've learned. Don't do it.
Well, I real quick before we get to hustle and muscular, I actually know someone who it's a guy, and pretty much he has two kids by another woman,
Mm-hmm.
and the girl actually the girl that I know, one of my friends, she basically took on a role as the stepmother, and the mother of his children actually tell the kids to be mean to the girl, like to
Yeah.
say to say certain things, or she said, "Don't let her do your hair. Don't let
Oh,
her do this. Don't let
yes.
her do that. Because if you come home with your hair done, I'm gonna spank you." Like this is what the little
Mm-hmm.
girl told the dad.
Yeah.
So, and mind you, she does hair. She owns a salon.
Oh
So
my gosh.
yeah, so
Yep.
she's not allowed to put braids and beads in her hair. None of that cute stuff. She just
I've been told that in the past, even if the child's hair is crazy after the pool. And I'm like, are you serious? You're in my house. If we're walking around to dinner after this, people aren't going to know this isn't my child or this isn't my family member. So, yeah, when you're dealing with a woman like that, you honestly have to ignore her.
exactly.
She does not exist in that realm because when the children grow up, you're not even going to interact with that person. So, my advice, again, I'm a hypocrite, but my advice, because I've been there, is if you're going to date somebody with children, you have to, at least relationship wise, move on as if that, like I said, that other person doesn't exist. And when it comes to the kids, you treat them exactly as if they're your child, and really try hard not to listen to any of the drama and tell the person you're dating, if that woman is blowing up your phone, she's not allowed to have my number and I do not want to hear any of it. Block her on all social media. Like that's it.
Right, but it got to the point where she held the kids from the father because
Uh-huh.
because like she always came home with a new toy or her
New
hair was
clothes, new
done. So she
hair.
didn't like
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah, she's like, "Oh, she's not the mother. I'm the mother. Don't buy
Mm-hmm.
her anything." It's just weird.
Yeah, and then if someone else in the house got something new and that child didn't, then that would be a problem also. You cannot win for losing, I promise you. Been there. Again, stonewall and then move on with your life because if they're going to make it difficult when the children are younger, just imagine, other birthdays, holidays, graduations. This person is a sad, person and miserable. They're going to try to make you miserable too. But the problem is there's the child there that is in the middle of it, so you have to continue while listening to all this drama, treat this child as if they're your own, and the child isn't even acting like they're your own child. So what do you do in that case?
Right,
It's a
exactly.
lose lose for a man or a woman in that position. So again, start your own family and move forward. Honestly, if the kids are old enough, it's
Here's
even
the
easier because they're already teenagers. They're paying no attention, to the adults in their life, anyways. So,
Yeah, but sometimes the parents will coach the child to say they did something to them as well.
oh
See,
my
that's
goodness,
that's
yeah, that's a
that's
whole nother.
interesting.
That's a whole
Yeah.
That
nother
the reason,
scenario.
yeah, that's interesting because like on Facebook, sometimes I see girls say that they prefer to be with a guy that's already a father and have a kid since he has that experience than
Mm-hmm.
be with a man that doesn't have any kids.
That's
Um,
also true. And I believe that as well. It's pre selection. If you can see a man already being a good father and you actually see the kids are healthy, there's a biological reason why we prefer to be with a man that has children because you can see his children are healthy. So, yeah, that means he has healthy genes. And you also want to take advantage of those. So, the
that
problem
backfires
is,
a
yeah.
lot of the times.
What was that?
That backfires a lot of the time.
yeah,
It
because
does. Yeah.
a lot of the times they think that means that the dude is like responsible and mature, but you don't really know until you actually get to know that person and see how he is in a relationship and how he is with his kids and how he is with his kids' mother.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because
Yeah.
I've known some girls who have passed on me because I don't have any kids and got with dudes that had kids and then they realized those dudes were extremely irresponsible and the baby
Mm-hmm.
mother was basically doing everything. Um, that's why I was curious, like what you guys thought about that. But
Well,
I
there was a
understand the thought process.
Yeah, the thing I read is that it's just the pre-selection for the genes. It's not necessarily that he's responsible, even though that could play into it. But like the majority of the time, it's they see there's other healthy kids walking around from his genes, and they want a part of that. So it's not even a conscious thing; it's more of a subconscious thing when a woman sees a man being a good father or has other children.
I know a girl that I grew up with who had twins with this dude because she thought he would make a good father because how he treats his nieces and nephews. Yeah, it
Mm,
backfired on her and stuff. She wound up having a kid with kids with him, but they wasn't together.
mm,
No excuses. I thought he would. Yeah, you thought, but the reality is, just because he treats his nieces and nephews doesn't mean he's gonna treat his own kids the same way you thought he treated nieces and nephews and stuff. Because
But
totally
but but
different.
okay, but honestly, I don't think, especially now in this modern day, I don't think most, especially black women, that are having kids by men are choosing them because they think they make good fathers. I think it's really just because that's the dude she's the most sexually attracted to. Um, and it's basically her womb is making her choice for her. This is the guy my vagina wants. This is the guy my womb wants. I'm gonna have the
correct.
baby with him and see how things plays out. And then a lot of the times it backfires on
Yeah, or a lot of
them.
times it's just the woman being irresponsible, just sleeping around, not knowing who the baby father is going to be. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
and then they will pin the paternity of the father on the dude that they know is the most responsible, um,
Hmm.
which is crazy.
It happens all the time like that. But I just want to move on to Huscular and we can answer any other questions. Go ahead, hustler and muscular.
All right, thank you, thank you. Now, my whole thing about this whole stepdaddy thing. Now, I'm not gonna. Now, I think that depends on the kind of woman you're dealing with. Because if a woman is widowed, as in she been married, but if something happened to her husband, to get with her and become a stepfather, that's one thing. But it seems nowadays they're pushing these two agendas of not only the single mother epidemic, but they want to push the stepfather epidemic as well. I mean, seriously, you can't tell a bunch of women it's okay to be single mothers, have as many kids as you want to, and yet at the same time, men, good men of the world, step up and be stepdaddies to these same kids who are born by two irresponsible people. That's just not going to work. Why should I spend my hard-earned dollar dealing with a woman who had two kids by a man that she knew was irresponsible and a bum, and now and I got to come up in here and try to clean up his mess? And believe me, I don't like using kids and mess in the same sentence, but you got to call it what it is. I think kids are more of a blessing, if anything, but how they're brought into this world and by whom, you got to consider those aspects. So I'm not going to sit up here and support being a stepfather to a bunch of kids that not only are not yours, but were born because a woman was irresponsible with her womb. Because this is how she's going to be with her womb. How's she going to act when you come into the picture? And as I said earlier, women will make the good men suffer because of the mistakes of their baby daddies. And they still expect you to play Mr. Cleanup Man. It's just nonsense. That's just my take on it.
Hey, thanks for that. That was a great take on the situation. Well, on a question. What about you, Classy? Do you want him to ask you the question again, or you got it?
You there, my boy?
No, going once, going twice.
Yeah, I guess we'll come back to him. Let's ask the
Oh
new
yeah,
panelists we got up here.
Well, how
yeah,
about
yeah. Let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. Sorry to cut y'all off.
after you, and then Mel, okay? All right, go ahead.
Didn't Mel already
Okay,
go?
Oh, did
okay.
Mel go?
He went before I did. Remember?
Oh, okay, then I guess GC.
Yeah.
Go ahead, hustler. Hustler.
All right then. Yeah, and as Brienne mentioned earlier, she wanted to be a modern day big mama, but it didn't work for her. And I said this in the past too. I believe nowadays the big mamas have been replaced with what I call the thick mamas. The very opposite of the big mama. While big mama held everybody accountable, big mama is basically contempt. The thick mama is the one that just believes men are the problem, women are better. So yeah, we need to bring back our big mamas and and get rid of all these thick mamas that's corrupting our society. Just want to throw that in.
Mm.
I like that. Thick mamas instead of big mamas.
Oh boy.
And there's a lot of those out here. Those be what they call them, the glamas and stuff, right?
Oh yeah, the glam mods. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
trying to compete. They try to compete with the younger generation and lead them astray.
yeah, they don't like that grandma term. They be like, I am not a grandmother. I am a glamma. Get it right.
With the big booties and yeah.
It's not even about thick, yo. We have breed a generation of 30-year-old grandparents now and stuff. The cycle's not broken. I mean, majority of the girls I went to high school with, or even junior high school, or even elementary with, they became grandparents in their 30s and stuff. And some of the kids, I used to be their counselor back when I used to work in that school program. And there's one girl I went to grew up in my old neighborhood with, and when she had her child, I even asked her like, where's the father? She first of all she wanted to say God's the father, blah blah blah. That spiritual BS that they're trying to do. But I'm like, damn, me and my boy was just talking about like, we kind of know what type of woman she was, but I'm like, we around the same age bracket. We even reach our 40s yet. And already she's a grandparent. It means her daughter, when she when she turned 18 or didn't make it to 21, she already had her first kid. Didn't really enjoy the first few years of her 20s of adulthood. I mean, reaching in the first adulthood years. Like, it's like a cycle just continued. I'm like, But that's what's going on so much now. Like this we it became like a fad. Like I'm 30. I'm in my 30s and I'm a grandparent. That's why you really can't see them be big mamas. Like my generation, Gen Xers became this generation grandparents and stuff. What can we actually teach these new age people when kids are trying to be friends with their kids? I mean, parents trying to be friends with their kids now, all of a sudden competing with their kids, and all the logic and reasoning. Like these kids ain't listening like that.
Mm-hmm. And if you think about it, the music is different than our grandmothers and grandfathers' music was a
Mm-hmm.
lot different than the grandparents now. They out here, they got Lil Kim as their oldies. Their old school is Lil Kim and all. So it's a lot. It's way different
The no
than the big
shaming
mamas.
lifestyle and everything. Like don't shame us and everything. So let's free will it. Free spirit lifestyle and everything. It's just like it's gotten even crazy worse now. It's like wait till we all in our 40s to become in our our 50s, mid 50s and stuff, and then we trying to revert things back to normal. It ain't gonna really work.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We honest with ourselves. She try to be this generation big mama, really can't. The
No,
big
I think
mamas died out.
that's over. Yeah, that don't exist anymore. Unfortunately, kids won't
Exactly.
be able to see that anymore. But we got Game Changer on the panel. Hi, Game Changer.
Salute to you, game changer.
Hey, salute, salute. What's up?
Salute.
So, yeah, about the step parent thing or the stepfather thing. I said this on a previous show. Yes, I am willing to date a stepmother or a single mother. However, it's highly unlikely that that relationship will go anywhere, and the only way it would is if she compensated in certain ways. Now, there's a number of ways that she can. One way that I suggested on a previous panel when I was talking to a stepmother was, or a single mother, was through a process that I call threesome Thursdays. Um, if and only if she provides the third party, whether it's a friend or someone that she knows or something. But threesome Thursdays to make up for the fact that I'm taking care of her child or children. Absolutely, I think that under ideal circumstances it can be considered. Let's see, what was the other thing? Oh, the reason why it was popular in the '80s and the '70s and the '80s. Yeah, I wouldn't say that men welcomed it. I just think that they were more indifferent to it, and they were kind of taught to be indifferent because the tone of the time, and Classic can back me up on this, was you had shows like the Brady Bunch, Webster, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And there were a lot of very popular shows where people did not, how can I say, people were raising other people's kids and it was okay. The Brady Bunch in particular, where you have a guy who's raising a woman's three kids and he, had a maid and everything. So, um, yeah, he had three kids of his own, but that was the situation and it was perfectly normal. Now in this situation, in this artificial scenario, both his ex-wife and his wife were dead. They just both met unfortunate circumstances. They really didn't talk about how. Somebody said, Mills in the chat room said different strokes. Absolutely. There was also Webster. It was basically just stated like, okay, we're going to raise other people's kids and have a rich white guy walking around with a black kid and a black teenage son with his white teenage daughter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got it in. Just saying. But like that was okay back in the day. Like that's what was being presented. But also, people didn't really divorce that like that. So if you were a stepfather, it was kind of like naturally assumed that the woman didn't just divorce the last guy, hoping to find another guy. It was assumed that he died in a war or something like that. He died in Nam, and here's his kids. It was assumed back then that that is why stepfathers existed. But now that's not the case. Now it's because she left the last dude, and like Brianna was saying, the last dude is still in her life, and it becomes problematic, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Or she, got over. She got half his stuff in divorce, and she's living off that half. Like there's a whole bunch of reasons why a woman becomes a stepmother. Few of them are good, as opposed to in the past where the only way was if she was a widow and he was a widower.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for that, GC.
Uh-huh.
Always giving a great perspective.
No worries.
So we all answered. I think all of us answered that already. Did Classy, did you go? Yeah, Classy.
No, I didn't. But y'all kind of basically broken down every situation and facet that there is being a stepfather. My only thing I would have to add to that is that with these new laws, you may not want to do it. But go ahead.
No, you're right. Let's not skip over that. Can you elaborate?
Well, I mean, you have to be careful because I'm sure it was mentioned in one of the other people's conversation, but you have to be careful to think that maybe one of these kids may not like you and they may call the law and say that you abused them or quote unquote SA them. You might want to stay away from that. That's just my opinion. But
No, it's true, especially if it's a young lady, and especially if she's attractive, if she's a pretty young lady.
yes, or
Because
even if they're younger,
I'm sorry.
or if they're younger, you don't know what type of trauma that's been going on through their lives before you entered into their lives. So.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, you avoid it at all costs, but I mean, if you want to take that risk, then she has to make up for it by being exceptional in a way that a childless woman isn't, or the
Yes.
childless women that are available to you are not. So like she has to do something that the childless women that are available to you is not willing to do, like, or is not capable of doing, or be significantly hotter than all the childless women that are available to them.
But he's right. He's right.
Honestly, like if a guy is his range is like 6 or 7 and here comes a 9 with a kid, then I was like, okay, that's that you made a deal.
She's the exception, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's exceptional from his dating pool, so that's that. I mean, God forbid that a childless 9 comes his way, then she has problems, but
Agreed.
yeah. But I mean, outside of that, like it would be a good deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there's exceptions to the rules, but generally speaking, even women, even 9s with kids, don't mess with a guy whose average is 6 or 7. So chances are it's most childless guys tend to stay away from single mothers. And vice versa. Like single mothers tend to, from what I noticed, they tend because like I do attempt to date them, and I have dated them from time to time, but they're more guarded, and I think that the reason for that is, and you fellas without kids can back me up on this, they know that we're just there to smash.
100% agree.
Well, it
So they
depends
do have
how
to fear that.
attracted she is towards you, also too.
Everything
So
depends on
she's
how.
always going to break her rules, depending on the guy she's highly sexually attracted to anyway. Her
Well, that's
kids,
not a
kids
rule.
or not.
That's not a rule, Mel. I mean, if she's sexually attracted to you and she's attracted to you for
I didn't
sex,
say it was a rule, but
you
that's a
said break
fact.
her rules.
Her rules, yeah, not a
So
rule. You said
okay,
either way, whatever rules she has set for herself or whatever, yeah, she's always going to change them for guys she's highly sexually attracted to. You said it yourself, like she tried to give you a hard time, right? Like you said, right?
I'm just gonna say this for myself. Single mothers, stay away from me because it's not going nowhere but a smash. I digress.
so
I
with that,
appreciate
so
that.
with
Yeah,
that,
honest.
At least he's
no,
honest.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, with that understanding, a single mother would be, or many are more hesitant with guys who are childless because they know it's less likely to work as a full blown relationship. Now, if she is looking to you just for looks and she's only her only attraction to you is short term, then it really doesn't matter at that point, like Mel was saying. But generally speaking, few women, especially women who are single mothers, think that way. So yeah, they're apprehensive about dealing with childless men, as they should be.
I mean, yeah, I mean, some cases, but most cases, they ain't as hesitant. Like I was saying, depends how sexual attracted she is of that guy, how sexual attraction level is. If she's hesitant, she ain't that really strongly attracted towards you the way you thought she was. 'Cause like I said, she'll break every rule she has to be a bit hesitant, whatever, depending on how her sex level is for that guy. And yes, she would use sex to try to get him to get into a relationship with and
I
stuff.
think
If it's
in
an if
general
it's
that
an ideal man, yeah, that yeah, she's going to change her rules. But if
yeah,
it's
in
like
general that's
if she has
women.
lukewarm attraction, only medium attraction, whatever, yeah, she gonna make me hesitant and stuff. But then it doesn't matter if she has kids or not. Women are gonna be like that anyway, yeah, and stuff. Depends on how level of attraction level she has
Yeah.
towards you.
Okay.
Well, I think it's Classy's turn to ask us all a question.
I'm drawing a blank. I'm gonna have to pass that on. I was more into answering than asking. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Well, let's
Well,
go
all
with
right.
Mel. Mel, you can ask us a question if you have one.
What question?
Well, the whole panel, how we do it is everybody asks a question and the panel answers it. So, do you have any questions on a topic to ask the panel?
It ties into what we talking about.
Right.
I guess I got one. I'll go ahead and throw something.
All right, go ahead, Clash.
It's pretty short. I was gonna ask y'all, how do y'all see the family dynamic in the next 20 or 30 years?
Wait, say that again. I can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was asking, how do y'all see the family dynamic in America for the next 20 to 30 years moving forward?
So, let's go backwards now. Swag, you want to start at the bottom now with GC and come
Yeah,
up?
yeah we can.
All right, go ahead, GC.
I'm
So
sorry. Say it again. Say it again. I couldn't hear you, class. You said the family dynamic of.
Yes, I said, I forgot. What are y'all opinions on how the family dynamic is going to look 20 or 30 years moving forward?
Oh, okay, okay. All right,
Go ahead,
go
Game
ahead,
Changer.
All right, GC.
so yeah, it's up in the air, really. I mean, it's as unpredictable as fashion. Like, perhaps the family dynamic can come back, like, like afros, or what are those called? Those pants with the boots.
Bell
Bell
bottoms.
bottoms.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it could come back like a fashion trend. Society could have such a drastic downfall as a result of it that it's forced to come back. So it's possible, and it could be that people are just tired of being lied to about this new lifestyle. Um, you know, Children have a tendency to do the opposite of what their parents did. That's how we got into this situation in the first place. So if their mom was a strong, independent woman, perhaps they just want to do the opposite just out of spite. Who knows? So it could go any way, Classy.
Okay, all right. That's a good point.
Yeah. Let's go with Mel next.
Yeah, I agree with GC. I mean, um, the family dynamic. I don't think it's going to change. For the way we want to, 30 years from now. Even though we can't even predict, but one thing we can say, there's certain factors that are in play and stuff that's definitely have an effect on it. Society, politicians, um, media, and stuff, and every influence, and the fact that you have a younger generation that want to break out of cycles of what they feel they want to follow in the previous generations is what they did, even if it was structured perfectly, even good in one way. You know, once kids got that mindset and everything that what, I don't want to be a home housewife. I don't want to marry these females. I don't want to do that. These other bad blah 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 and stuff. For a reason, every day they don't do the things the opposite. I mean, look what we promoting. We promoting certain dudes having multiple kids like that's cool and everything. Like mostly dudes of upper class and everything. We congratulating women who having all these kids and going through the struggle and everything, thinking she made it and like You ain't even got a ring in your finger to stay stable. But like we see how the family dynamics is being torn apart. Of course, we already know what depending on those certain politicians or groups and everything, separating the family unit and stuff to gain more money behind this stuff. So there's always money being played and made behind this also too, and stuff. So those who got to know up and empower that ways, like change the dynamic and stuff, and cater to a specific group. I mean, we also know that group who's interfering with the family dynamic and stuff. So how we should raise our kids, and certain people that's supporting that group so heavily like that, like especially in the celebrity field. And kids is very heavy influenced by people in the celebrity field that way. So yeah. So 30 years from now, I don't even know either two. I mean, especially as long as you in the Western civilization too. Yeah, if you want to go back to the 50s and type of family dynamic, that ain't happening. Just like the dating lifestyle, maybe that ain't happening either too. So we not going backwards. We just have to go forward and do the best you can and stuff. That's it.
Okay.
Okay.
What about you, Leo?
Uh, to be honest, it's not too hopeful. Because I'm looking at like marriage is going into decline and becoming obsolete. A lot of people are not really getting into serious relationships like that no more. It's like more of a situationship or friends with benefits, and people got like sneaky links. And then most of the women that I see now, it's like they've had maybe like one kid and then they were done. Um, so in the next 30 years, I would say relationships will be kind of like completely different. I think most people will be like either in a situationship or like friends with benefits. And that's sad to say, but I don't see things getting better. I mean, unless like there's like a drastic change. Other than that, I just see it getting worse and worse. Because like look at dating now. Everybody keeps saying like dating is trash, right? It's so hard to find somebody that is genuinely on the same page as you for you to be something serious. And then you got like so many people who are like damaged from their previous relationships, whether it's because they got kids or they haven't healed from their trauma. So I believe as far as relationships and like the family dynamic, it's looking bleak. I think you will just have a lot of people co-parenting basically in separate homes. That's what I see happening.
Wow, I agree with that 100%.
I don't mean to make it doom and gloom, but that's because that's what I see now. That's what I see now. I just see people in situationships and hookup culture. That's all I see.
Right. Well, I guess I'll go next since I agree with Leo. That's all I want to say is everything Leo said, I agree with. Um, I see people, like you said, being in situationships. Statistics show that men aren't having kids like they used to back then with, because of the women. They're trying not to get with these 304s. I'm trying to use other words to say, but these 304s, they don't want to have babies with them. They're being smart now. So a lot of men are going overseas to have families because they don't want to be here with these women in America. So do I think the family dynamic is going to change? Yes, just not in this country. I do think men and some women will travel overseas to have that dynamic that they're looking for. But here in
Yeah,
America, I think it's over.
yeah. I think men getting smarter, not signing up to be stepdaddies, like that will have a drastic impact on the family dynamic now because we've never seen that, right? A whole generation of men that do not want to be stepdaddies. And you would think that, okay, that means that women should be way more smarter with who they have their kids with, but that's not going to happen because women have never really had to be responsible or accountable or smart with who they had a kid by because they used to have the stepdaddy bailout plan and then they got government assistance, but now because they don't have that, it's going to change drastically. Because like if most dudes, because we already just had the conversation, if most dudes now in this modern day don't take single mothers serious for a relationship, I mean, what's gonna happen? That means everybody's just really just messing around with whoever. Because
Facts.
most black women, like 60% of black women are single. Are what is it 70? 70% of black women that have kids are single mothers.
Hmm.
So if you have the majority of the men saying that they're not gonna be stepdaddies, yeah, that's gonna drastically affect me.
Yeah, men are going elsewhere. That's just what it is, unfortunately. I feel like America is just damaged, and I don't know if there's any coming back from it.
You know
Uh,
what? That's probably why they're trying to shame men now into doing the stepdaddy thing again. Because you sort of need that to continue the black community. Otherwise, you'll just have it to where nobody's having like kids like that no more, right? Because nobody wants to be the stepdad or have more kids with the stepmother like that.
mm, facts. Well, how about you, Brienne? What's your take on it?
So the prediction on relationships in the next 20 years, is that still the same question?
Yes.
Yes. Hmm.
Okay, so my prediction is that women are going to be begging men to come back home and marry them like in droves in the next 20 years. A few changes I'm seeing are the cutting off of Section 8 and food assistance programs, and also the abolishment of alimony in legal marriage. So, with those four main things, women are going to realize, okay, I don't have this extra benefit, I need a man. And they're gonna change gears. Also, I do see women going on a kitty strike, which they've attempted to do before, to get men to do a desired outcome, which is marry them and take them seriously. So I see that happening as well. But then at the end of it, I finally start to see some women listening to men and also helping them to change the legal system that's making it even less of a desirable outcome for men. So you got to change the legal system when it comes to marriage, and then they have to actually act right once they do get married. Also, this is probably the first, maybe second generation of women where we can actually visually see that single parenthood is not it. Them documenting themselves crying in their cars, crying to people on social media how hard it is, and realizing that it's not fun to be a single parent by choice. I mean, it's not fun to be a single parent, outside of your choice, but to choose that and then realize how hard it is, it's like a double whammy. And then I think the kids are going to grow up and see this documented proof and say, I do not want this for myself. So they're going to be even more cautious when it comes to dating and giving their bodies away when it comes to dating. So it's a situation where it's going to look really bad before it starts to look better, but that part is happening right now. The women who are raising these children are the ones that are going through the turmoil that they want to stop. So yeah, it's going to look quite ridiculous. Again, more of that stepdaddy season stuff, more of that, please take us back, we're sorry. So yeah, it's going to look quite crazy here very shortly.
Wow, facts. Brienne, I've heard like a lot of women who don't have kids, like they're scared to have kids because they're scared to be a single mother.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's
I
why,
was that person
yeah,
for the longest time. I just had a baby 4 months ago with my husband, and it. I mean, no woman, honestly, not even my mother, said pregnancy and having a baby was a good experience. It was like the best day of my life. It was definitely. It was a long day, but my daughter came so fast, and I was so in love with my husband. I was just full of so much, what's it called, oxytocin, whatever. She just came flying out. So the fact that I had a wonderful experience with my husband, I think also plays into the idea that if you don't respect a man you're having a baby for, you're literally holding on to that resentment and that anger. So if you don't have that, you're more than likely going to have a better experience carrying someone's child and birthing that child. And again, anecdotal, but that's at least what I've read. The more in love you are, the more comfortable you are, the more secure you are, the more likely you're going to have a better outcome when it comes to pregnancy and childbirth. So
Mic
that was
drop.
my experience.
Mic drop for real. Ian over here dropping them bombs. Yes.
Yeah, not to, discount that, some women have a hard experience, but I mean, if you have a bad review, most people are going to scream it to the rooftops. I'm trying to be that woman that's saying you can have a wonderful day, your child can be healthy, beautiful, and labor doesn't have to be, completely, miserable. It was actually a really fun, exciting day meeting our baby. So, yeah, women, if you're having a child by the right man that you marry, there's a lot less issues you're going to have, a lot less insecurities you're going to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of women will be as fortunate as you, or because you sound like you have a good head on your shoulders, so you turned out okay. But these other women, like the way they're going about it, um, it's different. Like some of them are, living their whole phase and then coming out of it, talking about they're a born again Christian.
Hmm.
Some of them are having kids left and right, and then they kind of realize too late that like men don't really want to be with single mothers like that. So a
Hmm.
lot of them are kind of learning too late and kind of shooting themselves in the foot. So that's why I started to see like because I try to date women that don't have kids, but then a lot of the ones that I ran into, it's like they were scared to like even get pregnant.
Right.
Um, they're like terrified of being like a baby mother, and then if that happens to them, then they're gonna think, okay, no man's gonna want me after.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought you were talking about they were scared of like labor and childbirth. You're saying they're scared
No,
of the outcome of
being
after having kids.
yeah,
I did by
being
myself.
a baby mother.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. I mean, most of the women I know had a child without even being married. So the fear they had of being alone, I mean, you were only one step from being alone if you weren't legally married. But I do hear what you're saying. Of course, I guess in the back of my mind, when you have someone's child, you're like, goodness gracious, we better be together forever because I, did this for you as well. But those women who do have a child and they weren't even married, again, you didn't even protect yourself or your child to even be called a divorcee. You're still going to be a baby mama, and that's not, what you or that child deserves. They at least deserve that you at least tried to start off on the right foot. So,
But Brianna, like to interject, like I know a lot of women that like don't even want to get married, like they don't believe in it, right? They believe the man is gonna cheat anyway. Why get
mm,
married?
okay.
So yeah, I was like when you combine those two, you're gonna have just a lot of people just being in like situationships and staying single.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's up to that woman to, get the therapy and get the counsel that she needs to, eradicate some of those fears. And it's not up to you as a man to, try to dispel all of that because there's unfortunately some things she has to work out on her own. But when it comes to having children, men want to have children too. And that's one thing I actually did not hear growing up, that men also desire to be parents and want to be in the lives of their children. I didn't learned that until I kind of grew up and actually started hearing it. Actually heard my husband verbally say, "Look, I know when we first got married, I didn't want to have a baby, but I would have a baby with you, and I'm going to do whatever I can to make sure you're as comfortable as possible." And he did just that. So even as a man, your words of encouragement can inspire somebody to change their mind, because I didn't want to have a baby. I was scared of labor, childbirth, and of course if things didn't work out, then I'm a baby mama too. Like, no, thank you. So I think it is important as a man for you to verbally say what you want, and if she's gonna, go with you and comply, great. But if not, you don't want to deal with a quarrelsome woman anyways. You need to leave before a child or something serious like a marriage happens. But yeah, it's not a decision you take lightly. We talked about it, I think, for over a year when he finally changed his mind, because he changed his mind first that he wanted that we wanted a baby, and I'm like, oh my god, like this is not how we, got married. We didn't think we were gonna have a child when we first got married, to be honest, and that changed.
Okay. So I mean, yeah, both kind of were on the same page and it worked out. So that's great.
Yeah, it's important to be on the same page, but you do have to also look at how that woman was raised. What example of a good marriage does she have? Does she even have anybody who had a positive experience being pregnant and raising children? Do you know any homemakers, if that's what you want your wife to do? Unfortunately, I didn't know any homemakers. I didn't know any women who loved motherhood. I didn't know any women who weren't modern and didn't have 8 degrees. So I'm like, what is this going to look like? And I'm still trying to figure out what that looks like. But I love my life, and I'm just trying to tell other women, like, you can have this too, but it's going to take some work.
Yeah,
All
okay.
right. Well, thanks for that, Brianne and Leo. But we have killer swag. What do you?
Yo,
Mm,
I was just listening to everybody's takes on this, and everybody had a lot of great points. And what they were saying as far as like where they see the trajectory of families within 20 to 30 years. My prediction, honestly, I think it's going to be non-existent. Like, I just don't believe that the family structure is as strong as it used to be. I don't think that what I'm saying, it's not a lot of people that truly want genuine relationships anymore. Like, just like somebody up here said, as far as like wanting tends to be hookup culture. All this is just, trying to just get their nut off for the night and be gone. And then if you eventually have a kid, you're just gonna be part-time parents or co-parents, but it ain't gonna be no love there. And I think that's just going to be the trajectory. And plus, feminism has poisoned this entire Western society. So, ain't going to be no loving from the women onto the men, and vice versa. So it's just a lot of poison, contaminated waters up here in Western society, and you know, and then you just got people that just don't like, especially as far as the women on this panel. Melody, you're a great woman. I don't see how anybody ain't snatched you up yet. Brienne,
oh,
you
thank.
your man knows how great of a woman you are. That's why he snatched you up as quick as he could. But see, the thing about it is, it's not a lot of women out here like a Brienne. It's not a lot of women out here like Crimson Cure. It's not a lot of women like Chantel. It's not a lot of women like Danica. It's not a lot of women like Melody out here that most guys could really settle down with and have a family with. Because nowadays you just get stuck with the my baby daddy Reggie. That's what a lot of dudes are dealt with in the society. And just like somebody else up here said, that's why a lot of men are going overseas because they're sick of it. And the
Mm-hmm.
majority of these women over here, all they want to do is talk about, I don't need no man. Only thing I need them for is just to get a nut off, or just to do this and just do that. But it's like, damn, you ain't rocking with me like I rock with you. Just like it was one post that I had shared like a while back about this dude who took this girl on a first date. Like, of course, I wouldn't have went extravagant like he did, but it's just the fact that he really liked this girl. He went all out, got her a horse and carriage ride, and all this stuff. But when it came down to it, it sounded like all she wanted to do was just, smash and just keep it moving. Because she even played him for it. I was like, man. And this dude clearly liked her. Now, of course, I'm not gonna say he was in love with her, but the fact is, he did like her enough to go out of his way and spend some money to impress her. But she wasn't really feeling that. And a lot of women in today's society are just like that. Like I said, it's not a lot of them that are like the women on the panel, the women that I mentioned. So that's why I say, as far as that family dynamic, in 20 to 30 years, it's gonna cease to be, and it's not gonna it ain't gonna matter much. Shoot, in my opinion, the family dynamic might die out within 10 years, and that's just my
Sadly,
opinion on it.
yeah, that's really, really sad. But that's what it's looking like. But you have women and men online trying to do the work to save black families. Like you have GC, you have Chantel Simone, you have Danica Marie. You have people out there who's trying to save the black families, but sadly it may not be enough. It just, we need everybody to join for it to work.
Another dynamic is being promoted more and more is polygamy lifestyle also too. And now we're seeing more women promoting that now these days
Hmm.
and stuff. I mean, even though a lot of these people don't have an idea, clue how a polygamy and even an open relationship lifestyle is supposed to be run and stuff, but they starting to put on like it's more and more acceptable. You still see more women who actually was married and then realize marriage not for me and everything. Despite they have kids, and here's another factor to that too: legal separation is going to be really more the new norm now. Instead of going with the full divorce, you won't be legally separated. Which means you're still married, but you have a legal separation and stuff. Which is tending for a lot of smart people, they ain't gonna want to wife up someone that's still legally married to someone else and stuff. Like what I'm saying, you just a concubine for a while, or someone just like someone was saying, another situationship and stuff. So so it's like, yeah, so why would I want to get with someone, take someone seriously? I don't care if they had kids together or not. Like, if why you get legally separated, but y'all still legally married? So, made no damn sense. Just go with the full divorce. You ain't got to collect alimony from each other. Just settle it, like without the courts and stuff. The reason why divorces cost so much these days because that's technically the lawyers' fees and all that stuff going back and forth. Most of the time, like what I'm saying, like, yo, here's the whole dynamic. If why are you keeping the kids for to make him suffer so you can move on? But he probably don't even got a lot of money like that and stuff. So you want to still juice him for more? I literally seen like 2 videos of women taking their kid's father over child support because they had the common sense and realized by me doing that he can't take care of my child because of how stubborn I am. So I had to take him over child support so he could get himself together and stuff, so he could take care of our kid the way he's supposed to and stuff. You don't see many females doing that these days. That's the smart, logical thing to do. Or like Kevin was saying, let the father have custody. It means you get to save money and stuff and move on to the next partner. No, they don't want to do that. So so lot. It's going to be like a new norm now. Relationships now these days, like in this 30 years. I mean, like some other people say, like some people say we was all born technically non-monogamous in that one way, but monogamy was on the force. New concept was forced on us. It's definitely backfiring in other ways also too, and behind that. So now it's like, where can we go from there? And still,
Right. But thanks for that, Mel. So we're going to move on to the next question. GC, what is your question to the panel?
I thought Mel had
The
a
question
question.
is,
Oh, who is it, Mel?
no,
Well,
you go ahead, GC.
All right, go ahead, GC.
yeah, my question is in 2 parts. So I'll ask the first part first, and then I'll follow up with the question depending on the answer. The first question being, would you date a woman who has done porn?
Well, not me. You got to, well, is it the opposite for me?
Yeah, you could ask if you would date a man who's done porn. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, you want to start? You want to start, Swag, or you want to start somewhere else?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I guess I'll kick it off.
Okay.
Would I date a woman that is a porn star or a exotic video maker or whatever? Honestly, man, I don't think I would. Now, as far as like hitting, maybe, but as far as dating goes, it's just I know what you was doing, and it's kind of like, even though I know it had nothing to do with me per se, but it's like just knowing every time I look at her and knowing what all she took part in on video or on the hub and stuff like that, I don't think I could do it, man.
Good answer. Yeah. Me? Absolutely not. There's no explanation. Just absolutely not.
Well, why not? What if he had a gorilla mask on?
What if you what?
Had a gorilla mask on.
I just can't. I can't share, my man. Sorry.
Well, you're not sharing him. That's in his past.
I just can't. Even if it's in his past, I still can't be with a guy like that. It's cringe, like just to know that
I
he
mean, if
did
he
it.
wear the elephant mask, you can't really tell who it is. So
Yeah,
No, but
exactly. So he comes to you open and honest. Nobody knows. You know, he wasn't outed. He's just a dude with an elephant mask on, and he's like, "Yeah, this is I had to pay for law school somehow, and I happened to have that BBC, so I monetized it." You're telling me no?
no.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, Clue is in the audience. Hi, Clue. You were supposed to be part of this not open panel. I'm sorry, closed panel. You can
he was
still
also
come up.
supposed to be a part of the show we had Saturday, talk about his girl, but he didn't show up.
Oh yeah, we were talking about your girl Pearl. You didn't show up. You can watch
All right.
the replay though. And here's the link if you want to come up. This is only for Clue. Yeah, so my answer is absolutely not GC. It's morals, it's the thought of it is cringe. Then I have to compete. Like I might not be that great in bed because he's been with all these exotic movie stars. No, you know what I mean. I just feel like I would have to compete with that.
Okay.
Yeah, nah. Mel, how about you?
Yeah, I date a porn star.
You said you would.
Yeah, I would. Shit.
Can you elaborate? Why?
'Cause I'm just dating here. Ain't gotta be dating to get serious with them. Just having some fun. Just ain't dating to be serious.
What if she wanted to be serious though?
Depends on my mood. Yeah, I mean, shit. If I wanted to get into porn also too, then I guess yeah, be a match made in heaven. Since we can make some true ass movies together, make this money.
All right.
So, but as of right now, it's on. Get a cute little baby.
Brienne's baby is up.
Yep.
Did she just wake up, Brienne?
She put
No,
herself
she's
on
not.
mute, bro.
Uh,
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I was on
They,
mute. Oh my
oh,
goodness.
No, we heard that baby screaming.
Oh no.
the way, boy.
Oh my
Tell
god.
her Uncle Swag said what's up.
Literally just woke up from a nap. That's all that was. And I
Yeah.
was staring
Tell
at the
her Uncle
phone.
Swag said hey.
Say hi, Bunny. Say hi to your
Yay.
virtual aunties and uncles.
Hey,
Uncle
Bunny.
Swag. Uncle Swag in the building. What's going on, buddy?
Stephanie.
Oh my goodness. What questions they're asking.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
mean,
you,
dating for casual. That's it. Dating for serious. So
Oh, but
well,
GC, be more specific. Are you asking
he
just dating or like being serious?
he did say he had
Um,
a 2-part question though.
yeah, dating with the intent to be serious. Yeah, the second part comes when everyone's answered the
oh,
first.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd like to hear from Classy.
Yeah, he up next. Classy, what you got to say, brother?
Refresh me again on the question.
Would
Would you
you
date a
date a
woman
porn star?
porn professionally?
I have.
Okay,
Okay.
fair enough.
I've
Okay.
dated. I've dated let me rephrase that. I didn't date a porn star. I knew a porn star. We went out on a date. I don't know if that would be considered dating, but I've went out on a date with a porn star. Yes.
Yeah, that's dating. Yeah,
I was about to
you
say
meet
that's
a porn
dating.
star. Yeah, you dated her. No, that's fine.
How'd that go?
It was pretty cool. We had a good time. You know, I never talked about her career or anything like that. I knew what she did. She treated it like a job, and I just left it at that. But she was a cool girl. We went out and had a good time, and we stayed in contact. We talked, but that was about it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, so Classy, I've dated a woman who's done porn as well. However, it's she didn't have sex on tape. She just did she was an exotic dancer, and somebody took one of her videos that she did for like interviews and crap like that and put it on the hub. and it's still there. So yeah, that happened. Um, so the second part to the question is, um,
Wait, do you want everybody else to finish asking before you ask the second part?
well, I think the last person is Brianna, and that doesn't really apply to her.
Oh, I was
I was
gonna
about to
say
say
one
she
Leo,
wasn't
thing.
even do.
Leo
Oh,
didn't
Leo
go.
didn't answer.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Leo
this
didn't answer. Yeah,
I was gonna say this porn star name is Tiffany Mason. She was
corn
about
star,
6 foot. Oh, excuse me, corn star. That she was about 6'1", high yellow, light skin, pretty girl back in the day.
Oh, I remember Tiffany Mason.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh, you said date to be serious?
No, I said we went out on dates, like went
No,
out
I'm
and
talking about
shit.
the
Oh,
the
What
question.
was the what's the name, Classy?
Tiffany Mason, tall, light skinned chick, really
Oh,
pretty.
okay. I remember. I remember.
Um,
In any capacity.
ah, maybe when I was younger, but now that I'm older, nah. It's like once I see you as a certain way, it's very difficult for me to look at you as someone to be serious. So I probably wouldn't.
Exactly.
Like once I look at you as a 304, I don't take you seriously. So
All right. So to the fellas who answered yes, um, would you do so in any capacity if she was on there drinking piss?
Ugh.
uh,
Well, Mel,
Listen,
you got to answer that one.
Everybody got to ask. Everybody got to answer it. Go ahead,
Well, he
Mel.
said to all the dudes that said yeah.
Oh, wait, Kayla, did you answer the question, Swag?
I
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
I answered it already, but I said no. He said to all the men that said yes, and
No,
only as
you said
far
yeah.
as
You said yeah, but not seriously. You still smash. I'm saying, would you still smash if she was drinking pee?
no.
Mm,
Okay.
that's
I ain't,
gross.
I ain't messing with no chick that be drinking piss. Hell no.
All right.
Well, how about you, Mel? You there, Mel?
What he said?
He said,
Hello?
would you still date the corn star and take her seriously if she drinks pee?
I'm not taking it seriously. I'm just smashing. That's it.
Would you kiss her?
Nope. She did some. Got peed on right before. Hell no. Shoot.
I mean, but if you in the act of smashing, she gonna want you to kiss her.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Exactly. She like, okay, I'll let you smash, but you
You
know,
better go wash that damn stuff off her face, man. Take three, four
no, she
showers.
didn't do it the day
I
before.
mean, she would be clean when she about to get it
Yeah,
in with you, man.
exactly.
It's just the fact that you knowing that she drinking pee that you know.
She's already cleaned up. Damn.
So
Like
that
I
don't
said,
matter as long as it's not fresh in her mouth and stuff. You kiss her.
yeah.
Well, there you got it. You got your answer.
Stuff in her mouth.
Gosh. How about classy?
I ate poom poom and she's ate the honey also too. Like,
Oh boy.
shoot.
What classy? How about you? Because you was the last one I answered yes.
What was the question in specific?
Go
So
ahead.
the same question before, like that, the corn star that you dated in the past,
Mm-hmm.
would you continue to do so if one of her and more of her videos was her drinking urine?
Well, we were friends. If she does what she wants to do, I mean, we never had any sexual contact or anything. So
Yes, but you wanted to,
no,
and
no, I didn't because I knew
yes,
what
you
she
did.
did. No, I
He
knew
said
what
yes
she
you
did.
did.
No, I knew what she did. But if y'all
G said let you
remember,
off the hook on that one.
nah, I don't know because Tiffany Mason is very attractive. I don't know what
no, she's very attractive. Don't get me wrong, but I'm saying I know what she did, and I knew the consequences behind it if I did do that. But however, remember that I think the last show I said, remember I told you about my friend? He had a problem with me dating a porn star. Excuse me, corn
Corn
star.
star. Yeah.
Corn
Adult
star.
actress. This
Adult
Yeah, adult
video
actress,
actress.
yeah.
Yes, adult actress. And y'all
Adult
remember.
entertainment actress, yeah.
And y'all remember I told y'all that story when we got together. I said the girls that you date, you don't know what they've done previously. I said you
Oh
know what
yeah, I
she did
remember that you said
because
that.
she was on film.
Yeah,
So
I
I
remember you
mean,
said that.
no, actually, I wouldn't overall, but no, like I said, half the females we date nowadays, we don't know what the heck they're doing. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'll call it hat. I think that maybe before the urine.
Wait, Gigi, did you hear hat or cap?
No, I said hat because I don't want
Oh,
to hear the name. So
we got to play the song.
But cap and hat is the same thing.
exactly,
So
but I don't want to hear the thing. So, but no,
Why didn't you just say cap so you can play the
just say
song?
cap.
because no, I don't
He
want
don't
to.
want he don't want to say the trigger word, and he don't want me to play it. So
Keep singing that song. That's why.
But no, I think that you would have stuck that porn star if or that corn star if given the opportunity. I call it hat, classy.
Yeah, I do too. I go with that.
Okay, all right. I respect y'all's opinion, but whatever
man, I
makes
wanted
you
to play
happy.
the song, but oh well.
Man, I call that very super cat, man. You ain't got to kiss her, but damn, she with the smash.
You
CAP. 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 Cap.
Yeah, see,
All right, that's my last one for
And
the night.
see, I mean, my only kickback like that was like I've dated women finer than her that didn't do the adult entertainment industry.
and I'm not questioning that, but the fact that you dated her, the fact that you actually went to dinner and fed her and stuff like that, you don't feed a horse unless you want to ride it. Yeah, yeah.
Let's put it this way, Classy. Was your intention to actually really wanted to sleep with her or not?
No, no, like I said, I actually knew Tiffany through other people. Like I've met her before, and we just went out on dates, but we never really like did anything. So that's why I was like, I never looked at her in that way. I mean, she was fine, don't get me wrong, but I was just
But
like, I mean, I can
with
respect,
her, that's
I
it.
can, I can respect a person what they do. It's just I don't agree with it. I couldn't agree to get down with a person like that. That's just my opinion. But
Had
Then why'd you went
had.
out with the
So
reason?
answer me this. Answer me this, classy.
He
mhm.
What
said,
about a what about a non-corn woman, right? What
Okay,
about what about a non-corn woman who just likes who's been drinking some urine?
but you have to be able to prove that though.
No, she tells you.
Well, is this before or after?
No, she tells you before. She tells you
No,
she tells you because she asks you for some of your urine. So
no,
you know
Oh, yep, you got some chicks that's freaky like that too.
no.
Yeah, there's some chicks that are nasty like that.
But like,
Hmm.
I understand that. But like I said, that goes back to the story I told. I had a friend that had a girlfriend. Every boyfriend that she went out with, she gave them the bunghole special, and he didn't know about it. He been kissing all over this girl. So that's why I say we know what they do because we see it. The girls that we all dating, we don't know what they've been doing.
Yeah, and a lot of women these days
See,
are eating groceries
Yes.
and
Yes.
giving a lot of fellatio.
but
Hmm.
see, here's the thing though. With the adult stars, they still get tested, so we know they get tested. Unlike an average girl that we don't know if she's been tested recently or not. No, that's the big main difference.
But I do
I mean, as
appreciate
much
the
as they do it on
honesty.
camera, they don't really. They
Well,
say themselves they don't really have sex a lot
well,
in their personal
well,
lives outside.
I can understand like Classy's like point of view because it's like it's a girl been with everybody, as opposed to like your girl you might not know she's been with this many people or at least seen it. Like when you know she's been with that many people and can see it. Like what's her name? Like Riley Reed, like has
Yeah.
been with over
You
a
talking
hundred
about the
dudes.
adult stars?
But
Yes.
at
Yeah,
least you're
that's
in
right.
the
That's the point I'm making. Yeah, like I mean, yes,
but
we
you're in,
know she's been all these people on camera and everything the way she's doing the act, but they getting tested, so they they
but
not
No,
to say you still want to do what you want to do with them,
but
but they
bro,
said they still get tested. Hold it, because I
seeing
got I
that is
know
nasty.
these stars also told
"One
myself
mic, yo."
and stuff.
well, oh, I'm
Like I
sorry. Go
said, the
ahead.
reality they still do get tested and everything for diseases and all that mess also too. Not saying that you should kiss them. That's up to you if you want to do that every day too. But they still get tested. They don't really have sex with a lot of dudes outside of the camera the way they claim they do, unless they actually admit that they escorting also too. But even with that, they real picky with that also too. With escorting thing also too
But
and stuff.
also, I wanted to add at least I was told earlier, which I have the right to make a choice.
Hmm.
because I was told, and
Yeah, because you know.
I said no. I
Yeah.
said no, I wouldn't. Doesn't necessarily mean I hate the person. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, but I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm gonna tell you no, I wouldn't.
So the reason
Oh,
why,
she wanted to smash you, but you declined.
No. That's what I'm saying. Y'all keep going back to y'all thinking about her profession and thinking that she
No,
wants
I'm
to
not
have.
thinking about. I ain't thinking about profession.
No,
Like I said,
not you.
she,
I'm just
oh,
saying that everybody knows profession. They think that we want to smash. No, I just knew her from like other people. That was it, and we became friends. That was it.
no, that's fine. I mean, you called it a date though. Like
No,
if
Yeah,
y'all
that's
friends, you would just say I went out to dinner with her, but you called it a
well. I
date.
mean, that's what. Well,
And
I
that's why
mean,
I call
that's
it
what
hat.
we did. We like went out to dinner on a date. Like they can be. It's subjective. It can be many things. Like
No dates
no,
because I
no,
go on
date
dates with my
oh,
is
bosses.
but hold up though. You said in general. You used a specific. You said dinner.
No, but you didn't say dinner. You said date. You see, I go to dinner with people that I'm not
Okay,
dating.
give me y'all. Give me.
You
Well,
said date, and date is implicit that there is a sexual desire there. It's implied in
mhm,
the word
no,
date.
wrong.
yeah.
I said I had went out on a date. I didn't say I dated her. I said I went out
Okay, you
on
went
a
out on
date.
a date, but I'm saying
Right.
kind of like if somebody say I went on an interview to Google, it means that they want a job there. So date.
That's different though. That's different because
But
you're
nah,
applying
I got
for a
to side with
job.
GC on this class. See,
That's
like is that you
different. You're
said date.
applying
If I'm
for a
going on a
job to
date with
make
someone,
money.
I want to sleep with them and stuff.
No, it isn't. That's not the same. That is not the same. That is different.
It
You're
is.
applying for
Technically,
Google
that's
to
what most men
you're
want to do.
applying
Yeah,
you're
like
applying for Google to be an employee to get a job to get paid. How do you compare that
yeah,
to
that's
a
the main
date?
end goal. That's the end goal. That's what he's trying to say. The same way, if I'm going on a date with a woman, especially if I'm treating everything, spending my money on her, I want to sleep with her. Now, of course, if I
See, the
didn't make that
problem is,
intentions for her,
there's a
that's my
problem.
fault. Yeah,
There's a
like you know what I'm saying.
problem.
But that's the point of me
Y'all
taking
never
her.
asked me if I spent my money on her. Oops.
So she. You didn't say that. Did you say?
No, y'all didn't ask me.
We should. Oh, so now you want to
No,
be
I
like
mean even if it's
Travis?
Dutch.
You want to be like
No, wrong.
Travis's
You
girlfriend?
assumed. You assumed.
You
No,
supposed to
I
Y'all
didn't assume that. Even
assumed.
if it's Dutch, even if
Yes.
it's Dutch, you still
Yes.
wanted to. I just, no matter what I'm going to say is hat.
But
I'm going to say
okay,
that
all
you
right.
you, you
Well,
want to smash.
but
But see,
what?
here's the thing. Here's the thing, Classy. I don't look. It doesn't change my view. It most
Well,
certainly
no,
doesn't lessen
I'm
my
not trying
view
to
of
change
you.
your view. I just
Yeah.
disagree with you.
No, I understand. I understand. We agree to disagree.
Okay.
But no, but no. The reason why I asked the question
You can't be
is
like Travis.
because
What's the name when his ex girlfriend didn't ask him, "Was you married or not?" So classy. Did she spend money on you on the date?
No, we went out on a Dutch date. That was it.
Oh, so you pay for each other. Then you just hang out. Then why you call it a
Yeah,
date?
yes, that was it. I think y'all
Why'd you
stretching
call
this
it a
more than
date?
what it
It's the same thing. You
was.
just hang
yeah,
out.
if you call it a date, you put that in our brains.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's what
But
I'm saying. The question that was asked is, have I ever dated a porn star? I said I went out on a date with a porn star.
yeah, so
Now
you called it
said
a
date.
date.
Period. That's the whole thing. We took
All right,
literally.
we going in.
Well, no, hold on. Let me
Okay,
ask you.
let me say this.
Let me ask you a
One
question.
mic.
I gotta ask you a question. What is entailed as a date?
Date is when you have romantic intentions, one sided or otherwise,
Is
where
that what every
more
single?
party
Is that what
or
every
one or
single
more
female
party
that
has
you?
romantic intentions with the other party.
Now, can you tell me that
Man,
the
it's
majority of
sexual.
men has had sexual contact with everybody that they dated?
No, but I am going to say
Case
that the majority of
closed.
men. I am going to say the majority of men wanted to.
After GC.
I am going to say that the majority of men wanted to, Classy.
Well, but that's
Now,
still
now
subjective,
I've
though.
been on dates where I didn't want to have sex with the woman, but these were like
Okay.
these were like online chicks that don't look like they picture. Like
Okay.
so yeah, it's situations like that. But I mean, but she does look like her thing, and you knew who it was, and it was a date.
Well, the question I want to ask you, just
Also
because you
two,
want it, did
also
you
two, both
succeed in
two.
getting it?
One mic. One mic.
No. If you're asking a question, have I ever went out on a date with somebody and did
Mhm.
not sleep with them? The answer is yes, most certainly.
Thank you. That's my
That I
point.
wanted to. That I've been on dates that I wanted to, and they went south and things happened, and I didn't get to sleep with her.
Well, that's my point. That's what I'm saying. Everybody go out on date. You're not going to be successful at getting that, even
No,
if
no, I
you
get that.
wanted it.
But the thing
See,
about
let me answer that. See, here's the big problem, though, class.
real quick, Classy.
I'm gonna
One
say
mic, yo. One mic. One mic.
The
One mic.
thing,
this
the
real
thing
quick.
about
Oh,
this,
let me say this real quick, GC. Let me say this before I lose my thought.
no, you keep
Okay,
interrupting.
this is one.
The
This is one
thing,
of the.
the thing I
Oh
wanted to,
my
GC, let me in,
the
please.
thing I
You won't
wanted to
take no
say
time. I'm
about
gonna
the,
start talking over you, please.
yeah. So
That's
you
nice.
just didn't.
All
So
right.
the thing I want to say, Classy,
I
is
was
that
talking, GC. You
my
was talking so
intention.
long. I'm gonna talk now, please.
My intention each
I want to know.
This is going to go too far.
Yeah.
I
All right,
can do this all night, man. I just want one mic.
All right, let me go first, good, because we're waiting. All right, class. Here's one of the big things where I go south. Most dudes, when they go out with females, they're not even with intention with themselves. Honestly, that's why I always backfire on a lot of dudes when they go out on female with dates when they know they wanted to actually smash also too, or sleep and have romantic interest in them, but they too damn afraid to even say their intentions. That's why it always backfires and goes south the way it is. With expectation deep down south, they're not even honest with themselves and stuff. So I'm not gonna go out with a woman unless I know I want to sleep with, which means I gotta be honest with myself. I'm going out with you in the hopes of wanting to sleep with you. But unfortunately, like I said, nobody can do what I do because technically I don't take out females out on dates that I want to sleep with, just to sleep with and stuff. Yeah. If I want to date a serious relationship,
I
shit know
understand
that
that.
also too.
But I understand that. But I'm saying is y'all have to understand there are men that have went out with women that just enjoyed the company and nothing didn't happen.
I thought GC was about to talk.
But go
I
ahead.
would
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
not
Game
really
Changer.
say that. I would really say that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Male,
I wasn't finished.
let GC. You
So
wasn't finished.
No, I was about to
it
answer Clash's
wasn't right quick.
question.
It never was.
All right, Mel, finish and then Game Changer, you go, man.
I wouldn't say that classy because most dudes actually will admit when I talk to some of these dudes, they was hoping that something lead even more behind that, not just join the company.
Yeah, but that was
That's
some
what
of
they
the
say
dudes
because
that.
Classy.
Okay.
Hold
Okay.
that
Okay.
thought.
Got it.
Hold
Got it.
that. GC, you get your time
Go
in,
ahead,
man.
Game Changer.
Yeah. So because you were talking to me and we had a back and forth conversation that was interrupted, we were talking about if and when I date someone, what my intentions were. Now I told you about the times that my intentions was to sleep with them, but their intentions was something different, or the outcome was something different. But I called it a date because I did have those intentions. I think that what defines a date, Classy, is the intentions of one of the parties that are in it. And my intentions almost always is sexual. So that's why I assumed yours was. But I mean, if you have a different definition of dating, that's fine.
No, I respect that. I do respect everyone's opinion about it, but I was just saying it was just an outing. That was it.
I get it. I get it. Well, the reason why I brought up the question about the urine is because so they were talking about, I seen it somewhere, I forget what I was watching, but Aaliyah came up and I looked, I was like, damn, she fine. Like, because she died in like the 90s or something.
2001.
Yeah, 2001 then. But I was thinking like, damn, she fine. And but R. Kelly had to have pissed on her. Like, he just had to have pissed on her.
Wow.
Like at some time, and I'm like, would I still smash? So I'm vexed. I'm vexed on that. I'm vexed on, and I always have been since 1995 or six. Would I smash knowing that he pissed on her? And I just keep coming back to her because Aaliyah can get it, but can she?
I'm gonna interject here because that's my favorite artist.
Okay.
Yeah, I did a show on him the other day.
Oh goodness.
Aaliyah or Kelly?
R.
Oh,
Kelly. I
oh,
touched on Aaliyah though too, but yeah, it was R.
Oh
Kelly.
no, who's Grant's
yeah.
favorite artist?
Aaliyah is my favorite artist. Like I
Okay.
said it
Oh, okay.
like a million times.
Go ahead.
No. No. That's it. Okay, bye.
All right.
I would agree with Brianna. I doubt if he did that to most dudes that want to do something like that to a woman. This woman they ain't taking seriously and stuff. So most likely, yeah, he peed on the other girl in that video because he wasn't taking her seriously. But He consider Leah like the main wifey.
Oh, you know what's a good question to ask? Okay, is there certain things you would do with your main girl that you would do with a 304?
Good question.
Ooh, good one.
Yeah, the
'Cause
answer
I,
to that
'cause-
is definitely yes. But I mean, that's why men have a Madonna whore complex. Now,
yeah,
the
I
problem
had
is
that.
that I mean, and this question is to you ladies. If your men had
Who
a
got an echo?
particular, yeah, somebody's echo.
Everybody mute up while GC is talking.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
because I was mute for a minute, thought it was me, but I know it ain't me. So
No, this question is to the ladies. Like, if your man had a particular fetish that is just a hard line no to you, would you let him get it out of his system with a 304?
yeah,
No.
ladies.
No. And my reason for that is I don't like sharing my man. I'm just selfish when it comes to my man because I'm all he needs. And if he want to try that,
You're not all he needs, because he needs to piss on somebody. And
that
no, you're not all he needs. If he needs to piss on somebody, then you're not all he needs, unless you're
well,
taking the piss.
I'm gonna find out everything about him before we get serious. So if
And you find out
peeing
that
on him is one of his fetishes, we're not compatible. If peeing on women is one of his fetishes, then we're not compatible.
Yeah, that's the question he was asking. Would you
So,
fulfill your
Melody,
man's kinky fetishes?
is
Yeah.
peeing cheating?
Peeing cheating.
No, it's not sex. Is that cheating?
Yeah, yes, because she can see his penis, and I
So
don't
if she
want
couldn't, it
to.
wouldn't be cheating. If she was just there blindfolded, with it in her face and hair, it wouldn't be cheating.
See, why you asking me these hard questions? I don't know.
Hey, it might come up. You might meet a dude that's appealing.
It's close. That's what Mr. Know-It-All said. It's close to cheating, I guess.
It's something like it because the penis is there.
The
I think
penis.
he was talking about his first comment. I don't think he was talking about this.
Um,
What we talk about?
I mean, it's a fetish, and fetishes are sexual. So yes, it is
It's
cheating.
cheating.
Yes.
Okay.
What about you, Brian? Well, if your husband, well,
No, don't say
is
her
that
husband. Like
appropriate?
somebody else.
Is that appropriate to ask a married woman? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I can say this. There's nothing my husband can ask for that I will not do. So
Well, there you go.
there never came a point where he's like, this is what I want. And I'm like, heck no. That point has not happened. And hopefully never will. But
Right.
And there you go. See, ladies, listen to Brienne.
couple
Listen to
days.
Brienne.
I'm like, yeah, anything he's asked, I've been able to do, and gladly so. But I can't think of a scenario where I'll be like, no, I'm not going to do that.
So if you're, I don't know if this is appropriate.
I hate to say this, Brienne.
Wait.
I hate to say this, but Aaliyah being R. Kelly's would-be wife, this is something that her husband is asking. This is something her husband desires. So is it safe to assume, knowing that if she's of that mindset, that she's taking some pee?
But ask her what you asked me, GC. Could you clean it up? You said
question.
No, you said, would you let your husband go get a 304 and pee on her?
But he wouldn't have to. See, the question implies that that she would say no to a particular request. So he has to go out.
So
without the initial no,
I say no to something, can he say yes to someone else? In theory, yes. If I said no to something he truly desired, what is he going to do? Just imagine it? Like, no. The thing is, I'm going to do the thing he desires so that he won't have to go out and get
exactly.
it.
So
that's why you're a wife, and that's why you're a wife, and that's why.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
Brianna, I doubt it. If your husband said, "I want to pee on you," you going to do that?
Don't talk about.
Hell no.
I don't know.
No. Because when you say her husband, it's a hypothetical. I mean, it leaves the realm of hypothetical. So let's just say like I'm gonna leave it where she left it, and that is she'll do anything to please her husband. That's it. That's that.
That almost took a turn.
how the Bree husband wants to do that on her. Like I said, most dudes they don't want to do certain kinks and fetishes that's just mean to their main wife. Be doing the fact that they are the mother of their kids. They kiss
I
their
thought we
kids.
was gonna leave
Okay.
it there,
I'm a
man.
segue. I'm a segue and say this:
I thought we
it's
was gonna leave
like
it there.
the possibility of Aaliyah being peed on takes away from just her Aaliyah esqueness. It does. It does. I think.
Uh,
Yeah, that's next.
I'm like, oh,
Y'all killing me with this.
G asked these weird, crazy questions.
yeah, you asking these weird questions. Can we get to the part to like,
That's a
Like,
statement.
you talking about fatherhood to kinky
No, that's
Dubai porta potty questions, man.
no, that's a statement. That's not a question. My statement is that I look at
All right,
Aaliyah.
somebody echoing again.
I mean, that's from
Oh, it's
Leo.
Leo. I think it's you, Leo.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
My statement is Aaliyah's damn fine, but there's that. That's my statement. That's not a question. That's my statement.
And this is what GC is really trying to say to you guys.
Use your common sense.
Yeah.
Well, my common sense, I'll still smash Aaliyah no matter what. I don't care what rats behind the words. She's still fine. She makes my penis hard, and I'm
Lord
going
have
to
mercy.
smash her.
Oh my
Lord have
God.
mercy.
That's what you gotta
What's wrong
feel.
with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
We started with
Okay,
the
we getting real silly now.
finished it with the stream fatality.
All right. Let me see if I can think of a question for you. Oh, so that new thing that happened with Kimora Simmons. Let's talk a little bit about that because we have a show, Swag and I, coming up Friday talking about it. So let's just
Friday, yeah.
yeah, so we're gonna touch on it a little bit. Brienne, what are your thoughts on it? If you heard about it.
how the daughter said Happy Father's Day to her mother.
Yep.
The
Or
fact
as
that
Trey Songz like to say, yep.
the fact that we know that even happened means they're trying to get relevant in some way. But as a general concept, when you tell your mother Happy Father's Day and make it known, like on social media or to other people, it's a cry for attention. You want people to feel equally empowered for the mother and then sad for you, and I think it's a bad place to be. That's why when we have these conversations and I listen to men talk, that's why they don't want to be with a woman who has that mindset, because you're not going to be respected as a stepfather. You're not going to be respected as a father in your own house, even if you do have children with a woman like that. Because no matter what you do, it's never going to be good enough. So I would say to that particular situation, most people say they haven't even heard of them, since the 90s. So the fact that they're relevant because of this and it's on Father's Day, they just chose a perfect time to get back relevant. That's what I think.
Oh, no, yeah. I think no. Wait, I think you're talking about one situation different with the Simmons.
Okay, you go next.
Yeah, because I know about. Yeah. What happened was, I mean, yeah, Kamara's online, bad mouthing Russell again and everything because he cut his daughter off for finances and stuff. And she daughter videotape and screenshot their argument and videotape was there was no she muted the sound when he was talking, but if you could read his lips, he literally had to spaz on his daughter, like let him know I'm broke. I mean, we all know the situation. Like Russell, even after after him and Kamara divorced, he still was taking care of her and stuff. Of course, he had to do right by his kids, but he still was even taking care of Kamara. And the situation with her ex-husband. I mean, now the ex-husband, the lawyer scammer, and they got into that stock option thingamajig they was in that he's about to go to jail for, whatever. And Russell lost a lot of money on that case. So it's like now technically he really had no funds, or he had to make some financial decision. Like I'm over spoiling my daughter. Like I'm gotta cut. I gotta stop it. And daughter's all mad in the line, and of course Kamara's all mad. Like that damn chick is trying to be just like Brianna. She's trying to be relevant. Like, come on, man. Last time we heard about Baby Fat, I know she sell the brand like years ago, but
long time ago,
like a decade ago.
She's supposed to still have money herself. Like, if daddy can't afford it, where's she? She ain't gonna tell mother. Like that just tells you where her mindset was all the whole time. They want to bring up the fact. Did he date her when she was 15 or 16?
Yeah,
Some people
She
say
was
that.
young. She
she
was
was young.
young.
She was young, yeah, but that young. I mean, even though they all played a part of that, man. Like she. I mean, yeah, we know Russell, his fault, but also too, she still agreed to date him. Her parents still agreed to it. So that's the only way their mindset was at all together and everything. It's like, yo, now she's just mad because the reality is he doesn't want to fund her lifestyle no more. And that's the
How
life.
old is she? How old is the daughter now?
She's like what, 18, 19 now? She in college.
I
Oh,
know the one that's been crying online is supposed to be 20, so
Yeah, that's the one that was crying. I don't know the other ones. I think she's 2 years younger.
so
either
is she
two
still a
years or so.
minor? The one that's younger, did he cut hers off too, or no? Not the minor, just the older one.
Yeah, just the older one. What's her name?
I know they're Ming Lee Simmons and then it's Aoki. I can't remember which one is which though.
I think it might be no Aoki. Aoki's the
Yeah,
one.
because Ming Lee was the one that was out here saying Happy Father's Day to Kimura. So
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. She's 20. Yeah, Aoki's 20. I drove them two girls when I was they
all
used to
right,
do
Leo, see you, homie.
burn.
See you, Leo. He had to go.
Oh
Yeah,
damn.
his phone was dying, so he said he had to dip.
Thanks for coming, Leo.
Oh damn. My
Yeah,
Lee's.
thanks for coming through.
Oh damn. She's 23. So
Who?
my
Yeah,
and Aoki's
yeah,
20.
cause yeah, 'cause I think Ming Lee she just graduated from college. I want to say.
Yeah, no, Ming Lee, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Aoki was the one online, like crying and everything.
yeah. That's the younger one, but she
Yeah,
20. So
yeah,
so yeah, both his kids grown now.
yeah. They spoiled brats from my point of view. I mean, shit. I remember that whole Simmons family kind of snobbish a little bit. I remember I
Yeah.
was chauffeuring. I drove. I picked up um Angela from the house in Jersey and stuff. I took it up in White Plains. She was snobbish as hell. And I even picked them the daughters up at the Long Island house that they got in many years, like almost many years ago. Yeah, so like that's when the kids looked at very, you know what I'm saying, docile. Like they were not as not open snobbish like they are now.
Right. Well, what about you, Classy? What's your perspective on it?
Like I said, I really can't really speak on it because you never know the inners of what was going on in their household during the time they were growing up or after. All I can say is that it seems like, in my opinion, that Kimura is still trying to get some relevancy. She treated Jaimin Hansu just as worse as she's treating Russell Simmons. So it looks like the pattern is the same, but that's just my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks
we all know who fault this
It's
is.
all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
for GC. What's your take on it?
Yeah, I agree with Brienne. I think that it's just a stunt to remain relevant. It's a plea for attention, and also I think that the girls may be a little spoiled and stuff. They all want to live that Lori Harvey, live off daddy or stepdaddy indefinitely, and yeah, not really produce anything, just continue to consume off others. So yeah, I think it's a combination of that.
Yeah, I agree with you and Brienne. Actually, I agree with everybody on the panel, but y'all comments was the most agreeable. So, yeah, I agree with both of you
Facts.
guys.
I have another question.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
What do y'all think of Jonathan Majors and Megan Good?
Oh,
Oh, it's
That's
a
a
good
good one.
he's
one.
about to have the situation with the court case because the trial's going in August. Yeah,
I have
he's going to
no
trial in
idea who
August.
that person
Look,
is.
he's that dude that played in the latest Creed 3 movie.
Creed 3, he played Kane the Conqueror and Ant-Man and the Wasp. He
Oh,
played
I
three of
didn't
them.
see any of those movies. I know who
Yeah.
Jordan, or excuse me, Michael Jordan is.
Yeah,
I know.
He
yeah,
also
he was
played in
he
Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
yeah. He also played in that movie that was on Netflix that had everybody in it, like Idris Elba and all of them. I can't remember what it's called, but it was a dope movie.
And
It was
the
a western
last
though.
The
He
Last
was like,
Black Man in San Francisco. That was his first movie.
Hmm.
So
he's like,
Brienne, just picture like a off shirt black man. Yeah,
With big
you remember
old lips.
the ebony cover he did with the
big
pink?
lips, but he's a typical off shirt black man.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
you remember the ebony cover he was doing with the pink? I don't know, mink coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did that to emasculate that dude because he before that he had the image of being a manly man, but then after that, no, he had to be shown in pink with the tight pants and the heels on. So,
That's his fault because he agreed to do it.
No,
well, it's all their fault.
but him with Megan Good. What are your thoughts?
I think he just did that just because of the situation that he was in with them Beckys. Because let's be for real, all he was dating was white women, but once he got in trouble because of one, now all of a sudden he messing with Megan Good now. Okay.
Nah, but I mean, see, here's the thing about here's what I say to that. People who men who primarily date white women, including white men, find value in a woman like Megan Good. You see, when men in general who don't date black women, they're saying that they don't date them because of certain qualities that they collectively possess that Megan Good do not possess. And by qualities, I'm talking about fat. I'm talking about the fake hair, the obnoxious attitude, the stereotypical one. Megan Good doesn't meet that stereotype, so he's consistent with his dating pattern. I don't think it's a race thing with him. I think it's a mindset. Megan Good has, quote unquote white girl qualities.
Yeah, she has a Valley Girl mentality. Yeah,
Absolutely. And Classy, you live out here. Have you heard any bad reports? All the reports I've heard from her about her is good.
No, most of the stuff about her, like I said, I met her in person on the set of Biker Boys. She was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, besides that, as a young girl coming up in Hollywood, she did a lot of drinking and bad stuff, but it wasn't publicized like nothing big. Just typical stuff.
I didn't hear about the drinking, but everybody I talked to that met her tell me she's cool.
No, she's a sweetheart. I can say that. I can confirm that. Complete sweetheart.
Yeah. So
the divorce situation she went through.
Well, with that, I can't talk.
You probably might get negative in the way the divorce. That's it.
Well, it's two people in a divorce, and for all we know, he's a weird ass nigga.
From your point of view,
from her point of view as well. That's what I say. For all we know, but I mean, you got
that from the fact that he is a weird ass nigga, or you just saying that because you over fantasizing Megan Good so much.
Oh, let's keep it one mic, gentlemen. All right, GC, go ahead.
Well, okay. The thing is that when I say that for all we know, then that means that it most certainly is not being stated as a fact.
Would you all state
kind of like if I was to say, for all we know, Bigfoot exists and he's trying to take over the world, then I'm most certainly not stating it as a fact.
But you're all stating it as a fact because the way you sounded. I mean, you did attack him that he was a weird ass nigga. You didn't have to say all that, but like you said it.
For all
how you know she's not a weird chick.
You see how you say, how do you know? That means you're not stating it as a fact.
I said, how do you know that she's not a weird chick?
I know, but
how?
Okay, yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
So, what was I saying? Yeah, I forgot.
One thing I remember you were saying something about like as far as we know, meaning it's not a conclusive fact. That's all I remember.
Yeah, and it's not a conclusive fact. But prior to that, the reason why I was saying that was because we do not know the circumstances of her divorcing him, and it should not be an indictment on her character so much. So Jonathan Majors obviously is not indicting her for her past relationship, and she's not indicting him for his recent past relationship. So it does seem like it's something that could work, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want to respond to that, Mel, or want to keep it?
We might as well say that about the other chicks. We might say about Brittany Renner. I mean, we saw her going out to dinner with Shaq, supposedly.
Well, I would have to say it's a little different because we had never seen Megan make odd videos on YouTube.
Yeah, that's true.
But she's just smart enough not to do that. Exactly.
Or maybe she just don't think like Brittany Renner. Because let's be for real, all Brittany Renner want to do is get a check.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, Megan earns her check with her acting skills.
Yeah, she been acting since she was a little girl, so she's still
Since
getting.
Friday, yeah.
True.
Yeah, so she been getting
Eve's
money,
Bayou
and
was
she's still
before
getting
Friday.
jobs. So what
I think
you about to
Eve's
say,
Bayou.
GC?
No, oh my bad. I was telling Classy. I think Eve's Bayou was before Friday.
Actually,
No,
no,
no.
it was
Her
after.
Friday came out
Oh, really?
before.
Okay.
Yeah, that was her first role. I don't know. Yeah, and then
That
when
was her,
show
her
cousin
first
Skeeter.
breakout role. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the show cousin Skeeter she was on.
yeah, she was old cousin Skeeter. I remember that.
Yeah, and East Bayou. Yeah, came out with.
Yeah,
She was on East Bayou before she came out. Cousin Skeeter.
she was in a lot of movies, man,
Yeah,
Yeah, she was a little
and
bit of
TV
everywhere,
shows. Yeah,
She
but
was she was
It's totally opposite though. Yeah, like she look. What's it? Is hood like? But
Megan
she's
was
still
that
married.
Megan was that beautiful valley type of black girl that was acceptable.
Yeah,
She wasn't too annoying with her valley type of attitude.
nah.
And
exactly. Yeah,
and
I agree.
she had the body of what well, not at the time, but what probably most white girls had. You know, it was just thin all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
She was just drop dead gorgeous.
She was just drop dead gorgeous. She
Yeah.
had
Right.
beautiful
Plus
lips
them lips, though,
and
man.
high
Them
She had a nice
cheekbones.
lips,
skin.
Lord, my God, yo.
That's
Like I had a
beautiful.
crush on her when I was a like teenager. When I seen her, man, I was like, Lord, look at them lips. As lips, I can kiss all over them. Just,
Not like her
Jesus.
sister Lamaya. Lamaya, she didn't have the valley girl. She was
yeah, she's
your
straight
regular
hood.
roundaway girl. She was straight hood.
Yeah, that's what she's trying to overprotective of her. She definitely overprotective. It shows.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think she's on a show now. I forget the name of it, but she has like a not leading role in the show.
Who?
It's one
Lamaya.
of them black TV
Oh,
networks that's not
Yeah.
really as popular or something like that.
Yeah, like a BET thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
Lamaya
since
was
Tyler Perry taking over, maybe she will get bigger.
Lamaya was not looked at as your prototypical lead type girl that you know, not saying she's not beautiful, but she wasn't Megan.
So
She
she's
wasn't,
more of a
she wasn't really.
supporting actress. That's what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah,
She was more
Lamar wasn't really out there like that. Like put herself out there like that. She's
Hmm.
I have a
like
question.
the way Megan is. Yeah, like
I have a,
Megan
What was you
probably like
about?
that it girl.
What
She
was you
probably
about to
like
say,
second
Melody?
chick. Sorry.
no, I was gonna say, who did you guys think was what's the word? Who was pretty much as beautiful as Megan back then? Like if you had to pick someone as beautiful
Ooh.
as Megan.
Oh boy, like as in terms of just pure beauty. Oh.
Pure
Does that have to be
natural beauty.
one? Does that have to be one?
Yeah, you have to pick one woman
Oh
who's like
wow.
on her level.
I thought
Yeah.
Christina Milian was really pretty.
Oh yeah, you're right, Brienne.
Yeah,
That was a
Christina
good
Milian. Yeah.
Christina
I
Milian.
don't know. I'm thinking like Aaliyah, but Aaliyah didn't have the lips like Megan. And
Aaliyah just had that type of look where she just put that hair over her one eye and she just looked
Yeah.
at you. Lord,
She got the lipstick on too. Like,
I
I didn't
probably
really
would say
I didn't really
as
notice Megan
actress.
until Biker Boys.
yeah.
I
Because
would have
Megan's a
to
little younger than me, and when I first seen her, it was like, and she also played roles that was very young,
yeah.
like my
Mhm.
cousin Skeeter and stuff like that. So it was really hard for me to like look at her as a woman when I became a man. And even when I was still very young, she was in Eve's Bayou. It's still like I didn't see her that way until like later in life. So, but after Biker Boys, yeah, she kind of like I seen her completely different. And so like who then?
Yeah.
Um
Somebody said Tyra Banks.
nah, she didn't really
No.
that forehead.
I mean, she alright, but she ain't
When
nothing like that.
when
To,
Megan
to,
did Biker Boys, she was ascending into adult to see that sexual
yeah,
icon. She was
yeah.
ascending.
Yeah, exactly. That was
Yeah,
the
I would
first time
say,
she revealed herself as listen, I am a woman and I am a sexual object.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
She really took it over the top in that movie with Tyrese though. Like what was that
yeah,
movie that they was
AC,
in?
yeah.
Yeah, that one. Like she really showed off her curves on that one.
Yeah,
yeah. What's the name of that movie again?
No, she
think he
basically
said
waist deep, but no, she
What's
she
his name?
basically saying
said
I'm a
waist deep.
Oh, waist deep. Okay, yeah, waist deep. Oh yeah,
I still
yeah. I
got
just
that
about to
King
say that
magazine.
between waist deep or when she was in the video with 50 Cent.
Oh yeah, that 21
oh
21
questions.
you
questions.
know you know who compared Kerry Washington.
Laura London. Who?
Hmm.
Kerry Washington compared.
Yes,
Even
yes,
though
I
she
agree
didn't
with
beat
that.
her, but Kerry Washington definitely was in that realm because you see,
Yeah.
Melody, I love those lips. They're Kerry Washington and Megan Good. I am a lip man, you know.
It's more
Yeah.
about the lips with you
Well,
then. That's
what about GC? What about Laura London? Lauren London.
You know, she didn't really. Okay, Laura London was not even as hot as the other girl on that For Real video that she.
The other
Talking about
girl
that
was hotter.
fronting.
The dark skinned
Yeah,
girl was hotter in fronting.
which
Hands
one?
down.
Laura London's claim to fame is her dimples,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
Yeah.
which is cute, but it's not. You know,
it's cute. Yeah, but I didn't really. She a beautiful woman, but I didn't really like look at
Beautiful.
it hard like that. Yeah. Now the
there's
chick from Belly, the dark skin one.
Oh yeah.
Because I
well,
know when I seen in that other movie, the Bronze Tale, but that scene when she was showing her body in that movie, like what the chocolate mama right there? Shoot.
Y'all know I still got that King magazine with Megan Good. That was just
oh, I
iconic to
never knew she
me.
was in King.
Yeah, look
Oh,
it up.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was iconic to me personally.
Like if I dig through old phones, I still got those hacked pictures.
I don't
Yeah,
know. I mean,
hackers got all
Melissa
turned
Ford
out.
back then, especially when they did the movie together. But even before that, it's like I didn't even look at Megan
Oh,
Good
you talk
like
about
that.
that chocolate girl.
This
Yeah.
Yeah.
chocolate. She was. I think.
Not,
No,
not that
they
one.
were
Oh,
both
yeah.
gorgeous. They were both gorgeous, but this one, I don't know, something about her
Yeah, I
in the
agree.
video.
Yeah, cute roundaway type
All right,
chick.
there it is.
No, you can't hear it, so it's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, she got a mute. Yeah, it's like cute
Yeah, but
roundaway.
All
Nah,
right.
you
Yeah.
nah, you still might even with it muted.
oh yeah.
That's what I was saying. Like, I don't
Okay,
know.
but
Kinda cute. Yeah, she cute, but I ain't even look at her that hard like
Like I
that.
said,
Like
I already seen the girl, so that's what I'm saying.
she on ATL, playing Nunu and everything. I ain't really look at her that hard like that. Like,
Hmm.
I thought
Oh, actually, even on ATL, they were like a set of twins, but of course they're twins. But you know, there were
Yeah.
twins that were
yeah,
in my opinion. Yeah.
the twins, yeah, they were cute.
yeah.
Some people even said T and Tamara was like hot for the '90s twins,
No,
but
Nah.
Nah,
I ain't
nah,
even look at them like that either. Too. I still don't look
yeah,
at them like
I don't think
nah.
anyone
not ugly, but I didn't really
looked at them
go
like
hardcore with them
hot.
like
Yeah,
that.
No,
Tatiana
Matter of fact,
Ali.
Alexis Fields, Kim Fields' little sister, when she was on Sister with them, I'm like,
Tia
I'm
and
looking at
Tamara, they fit
the
that
Tamara.
same category of Valley Girl with Megan during that time.
Yeah. Now
I don't
Alexis
think
Fields,
they
she
never did it for me.
on the good side too. Like she even did it. She got the most ass whoopings for her mom than her sister did. When she
wait,
was young.
who? Who?
Alexis Fields, Kim Fields'
Oh,
sister,
you
the
talk
chick.
about Kim
Oh,
Phil's little sister?
let me
Yeah.
look her
Yeah,
up. I don't know what she looked like.
She
Alexis.
she kind of looked like both of their mama, but
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
more like the mom a little bit. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
You never heard of Alexis Fields, Millen? You know Kim Fields, right? The girl
Yeah, I
from
know Kim
Back
Fields.
to Life.
Yeah,
Yeah, she has a little sister. You ever
Alexis.
seen the show Rock?
Yeah. I remember Alexis, she went to UCLA when I was working there
Yeah,
at the old hospital.
Oh boy.
I think after she was in Sister, she started playing like snobby like roles also too, like the one of Mauricia in
Hmm.
the college years and
So
stuff. Yeah.
somebody said Essence Atkins. You know,
Oh,
Essence.
Oh
I
yeah, from
I
Smart
said that.
Guy.
I said
Yeah.
Essence Atkins.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
she's
yeah,
This is Alexis.
yeah. I mean, she got a body too. I'm like,
Essence
That's
Atkins.
pretty.
yeah,
She kind of looks like sister, but better.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Who
Yeah.
are you talking about? What's her name?
Essence
Essence
That's
Atkins.
acting.
How you spell it?
It's in the chat
Essence.
room.
Hold up. Here we
It's in the
go.
chat.
Oh, Essence.
It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah. I never looked at her like that either too. Like, I
Hmm.
never like gushed over that hard like
Yeah,
that.
she like to me. She was cute when she was a Smart Guy, but of course, as she got older, it was like okay. Then she was on like half and half. I was like, oh, okay.
This one here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
When she was younger, she kind of favored T and Tamara.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's so crazy because they all best friends.
Oh, I
yeah,
didn't know that.
Yeah, they best friends in real life. I think on one of
Well, the smart
Tia's
guy is their brother.
There's a
Yeah.
co-star right there. The
Yeah.
smart Taj Mori on the top. He's
Yeah.
older now. No, not him.
Yeah.
On the top, it's a little bit up. Go down. Go down. Right there.
Right.
Oh, up.
Like,
You-
right there.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
That's him older now. That's Taj Mori, the smart guy. He's
Oh
older
yeah.
now.
He
Yeah,
looks
that's their
them.
brother.
Like the twins.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
that's the twins' brother now. He's older now. But
I can give y'all somebody that was very underrated that didn't get that much pub. Rachel True from The Craft.
oh yeah. From the crash. She was on that show too, also with her.
Rachel.
Half and half. Yeah. Rachel True.
Mhm.
Rachel True.
I know
Oh
what-
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the same when that was on Half Baked with Dave Chappelle too?
Yeah, that's her.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
she definitely was. And she was on that show. She was on that show with Essence.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was half and half. Yeah.
She
What's the
got
other movie? Chris Rock, CB4. She was leading CB4.
this
Oh yeah,
her-
that was supposed to be his girlfriend in that movie. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
probably her
She's
now.
more known for the movie The Craft. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
like she does like.
I just remember
Well,
every
keep talking
time Dave
about way
Chappelle
back-
would be like, "I got more booty." That's all I remember.
Yeah. Hey, if we talking about way back when, Freddie from a different world can get it.
Oh, Cree Summers. Yeah.
Oh yeah. She was fine back in the day.
Voice
Man.
acting too,
Yeah.
man. I love you, Bush Road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did a lot of voice acting over the years. Man.
Exactly.
Oh, really?
She goes.
Yeah,
made
she did
millions.
Susie from Rugrats.
Susie.
Rugrats, exactly. Penny Gadget.
Yeah. She even did some voiceover. I want to say,
Number 5 from
Yeah,
Codename-
from Kids Next Door. Codename Kids Next Door. Yeah, she did that over there.
Oh wow, Conan Kiss this.
Young.
Yeah, she did a lot of
Oh,
it, man.
Penny from Expect
There
the
you go,
Gift.
right there. Voice.
Yep, that's all. That's like most of the people that she
I
did.
didn't know.
She's
She
done
did
like over
Penny.
300 voiceovers in
Oh,
yeah.
cartoons.
Disney
I didn't
Princess.
know that either.
That they
Right?
still play that. Expect the Gadget.
That's all characters she
Oh
voiced.
wow, I ain't say Expect a Gadget in years.
Oh yeah, Elmira. She does
Oh, what's her? This one.
yeah, number 5.
That's number 5 from Codename Kids Next Door. Yeah.
Oh, Elmira.
Yep.
Oh yeah, she did play her. Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you
Yeah, all
remember,
she wanted to do was kiss all over them and stuff. Yeah.
do you remember is that the
Elmira
little
was-
baby? The one that said, I love you, bye-bye. That's her.
Which one?
From
Elmira.
Animaniacs.
Yeah,
Why?
Oh yeah,
Why?
man, y'all taking me back on a trip, man.
That's yeah.
Got my stuff
Classy.
over here. Let me get out.
Classy, let me ask you this.
Yeah, yes, sir. Mhm.
Hillary or Ashley Banks?
Ooh.
For me,
Hillary.
oh God, my thing is the thing is when you said Ashley, I'm thinking of the younger Ashley. Now I would say Ashley Banks.
I'm talking about
Tatiana.
back then. Back then, who did you want?
Hillary.
Oh, I was in
Hillary.
Ashley. I was in Ashley.
Yeah, I
Now,
think I was
like
more
you talking
into
about now Hillary.
Ashley was
now?
cuter. Ashley.
Honestly, I wouldn't take neither one of them now.
Ashley
No,
was Ashley was
well-
adorable until she got older. That
No, when
you,
the
you saw it.
When the question was asked, I had to revert myself back to my younger years to make a decision in my head.
No, that's what the question is for. That's why I asked you somebody around my age.
Yeah, it was Ashley. It was
Yeah,
No,
definitely, it was Ashley too.
Yeah, Ashley definitely says, we got to revert back to that. Definitely.
I'll take Hillary back in the day.
Yeah. You know who grew up to be pretty though? Rudy. What's her name?
Oh
Well, she
yeah,
did not.
Keisha Knight.
What is it?
No,
Keisha
she
Knight.
did not.
Yeah, Keisha Knight.
Keisha Knight
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
look attractive.
She was cold, but now she done gained some weight, man. It's like-
Exactly. Like
but when she first came back out, no, she was cold though.
She came
No,
back
she was
like
very
early
pretty.
no,
2000s.
when she was on that Kanye West video.
Is it Kanye
Or
West
no,
video?
no, when she was on that Twister video. Yeah.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
no, it wasn't Twister. It was a different rapper. I know you're talking about, but it wasn't Twister. It was someone
Okay,
else.
well, when she was on that music video, you know,
You
yeah.
talking about Chingy?
Oh, Chingy. One
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
One day or something.
Yeah.
One call.
That's
something.
early 2000s.
Yeah, one call away. Yeah,
Yeah, one call away.
Early
yeah,
2000s.
that was the only time Chingy was relevant.
Melly, that was 20 years ago. She's
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, she has some
Yeah,
kids.
she up
Right
there,
here.
man.
I got a picture of her right
Yeah, she
here.
married.
Hold
Can I
on.
break
I
up the
thought she-
conversation really
This,
fast? My
what's
baby
up?
just did a roll for the first time when you guys were talking. Oh my god!
Oh,
Oh, she did.
my
Yeah,
niece
she
did a roll. That's what's
God,
up.
she did a
That's
whole
cool.
barrel roll. Oh
That's
my
cool, man.
You
Uncle
didn't get
Swag's
it on
proud
video?
of her.
Yeah, that's her now. Yeah. like,
God.
Okay.
Uncle
so-
Swag is proud of her.
Oh, I know who that
That
is.
ain't her now. She
That
she
is her
bigger than
now.
that. Ain't she must have lost weight or something.
No,
she
she's
is.
pretty.
She has
Look,
a
look
couple
how
too.
pretty she is.
Yeah,
Think so?
Like the
I knew that's how she looked when she
I'll
first
give it,
came.
I'll give it to her.
I think the one that's go up. You see her with the kid? That's the present picture right there.
Right here.
Oh yeah, she did marry that dude. He was on sitcoms too. That's right.
Oh, she's still got a pretty
She's
face.
older now. The other one, the one far left on the bottom.
Far left, this one.
That one, yeah.
That's the same dude.
That's them now.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's still pretty. She still has a pretty face.
Picking up, yeah, because
Okay. No, some women, especially after they had a kid, they go through a period, and maybe that was the last time I seen her. But no, she still looks good. She definitely still looks good for her.
Yeah.
One of them looks horrible. Somebody looks. Oh, Raven Simone.
Yeah, no, she don't even try. She don't even try.
She don't try no more.
She's
No,
the dyke of the
I'm gonna tell
relationship.
you who looks horrible now, and it's so sad. Mark Voorhees from Saved by the Bell.
Man.
Oh yeah. Lisa Turtle. Oh yeah, she looked terrible now.
How you spell her name?
L-A-R-K.
They go Raven Simone. Yeah, she's the man of the relationship of a marriage.
You could have just put Lisa Turtle in there, and you would have got her.
Oh, that's her now.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean,
She looked better she looked better right there than she did.
Yeah. No, she looks good on the first one. I mean, let's not talk about. I mean, because she has mental issues.
Oh.
Yeah,
no.
she do. Yeah.
So let's just leave
She
that
does.
alone.
It was just
the
a
pink.
sad
That's the
thing.
that's the most recent present one. The pink one she's wearing.
It was just sad because I remember how beautiful.
Yeah, because she.
Oh, she definitely was. Yeah.
She's on the Saved by the Bell reboot show also too. Now they did a scene when they did a tribute scene to Dustin Diamond when they all came together.
Wow. Right here is her prime. She was gorgeous.
That was a prime.
Yep.
What about your friends?
I remember her in a video on Drew Hill. She was gorgeous in that video.
Which
Remember the Moon High School player too?
I want to say it was a video that they were spoofing Man in the Iron Mask or something like that. And I think she was the woman that the dude was in love with, but of course he had the mask on. But of course it was Cisco, but he was playing two characters. He was playing a dude up under the mask, but he was also playing her fiance, who was also a crazy king or whatever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hey, Classy. I got a lot of crap for this, but what did you think of Niecy on Moesha?
Niecy?
What was her name? Stacey Jackson?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember Niecy. What she looked like? Which one was?
Oh, see, so you didn't have the same thing. Niecy. So
Yep, that's the song, Kevin.
It was Moesha.
You remember Kevin Featherline? That's
I was just about to say that.
Oh, Shari Jackson.
Shar Jackson. Yeah.
Oh, she's pretty. No,
She was cool back in the day. It was like now I don't know.
Well, no, of course not now, but yeah, that's I don't know. But the fellas wasn't feeling her. I was like, hey,
I liked her more than Moesha.
no, Moesha was pretty. I thought Moesha was pretty. No,
I don't know. I was feeling it. It was something about her demeanor.
Depending what you see the one when she's wearing the black and white stripes, she looked way dimed out right there to me and stuff. So it depends on what outfit and hairstyle she has, and she look more pretty than the others. Yeah.
Yep. She also played in that movie Good Burger. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, she looked big here. Oh my God, why she? Get so
I don't know what she grew into.
Now, yeah.
That's her now.
Yeah.
I don't know what she grew into.
I don't know if it's now, but I ain't seen her in a while. So
that one right here. Yeah. Where your mouse is
up.
Go.
This way or down?
No,
right
there.
Right here?
Right there. Yeah, right there.
So that was her on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was pretty. I thought she was pretty. Her and Moesha.
Man, to me, she was good on the show. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? I mean, we look at these females and they gain weight. Now, you remember the chick from 3LW? When she gained the way she did and everything,
she got sloppy. She got sloppy, my boy.
She admitted herself, like when she was back in the day, like they used to starve her to death like crazy. So that take a toll on a lot of these females also too.
I don't care.
Where, you have to look a certain way and being that you benefit off the look. Yeah, but
Where's
that
she
took
at
a toll
now?
on her. She's up from depression, taking pills for it, medicine. She's married now, but she's taking pills.
She is?
Yeah. Nice some white dude. Yeah. That's
okay.
Yeah.
Y'all know who still look good? Was one of my first.
Oh, look at this.
Look at that turkey neck.
One of my first crushes was Cherry.
Gobble gobble.
Oh, Cherry
Who?
Johnson from Family Matters.
Who?
Cherry
Who?
Johnson. Cherry
How
She
you
got a
Johnson.
spell it?
YouTube channel. It's not that popular, but she got a YouTube channel.
Oh, you talking about Darius McCrary's wife? Yeah, that played Maxine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God, this is Keely now.
Yeah.
yeah. She
Oh
was not
God.
making jokes about her look there. Like she suffered some from depression and all the shit from the
Yeah.
industry.
She was going at Chris Brown just because he said he wouldn't mess with nobody like that.
Yeah.
I mean, why would he? Why should he?
With it now, yeah. Like
But all of those
the
three,
industry took a toll on her, man. Like, yo,
yeah.
shit.
Didn't she
Yeah.
get paid out by what is Omarion? What's his group? B2K.
B2K.
They ran a train on her, right?
Yeah.
And she
I think she
admitted it.
came out and confirmed. Yeah, she came out and
She
confirmed
did
it.
it as a joke also too. Like that's what she does and stuff.
I'm pretty sure they was getting it in on the Millennium Tours because at that time 3LW was hot too, along with B2K.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The dark skinned one was really pretty back then too, and so was
Talk about Notori. Yeah, she's still
yeah,
fine.
But look at
Notori,
her.
and the
Put the link
Spanish
in
one
the chat
too.
room.
Yeah, Notori's still fine. I loved her from on Power too. Woo.
This
Yeah.
is her now. This her
Yeah.
now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she
You
I
know
flexible.
that scene
hate
when she
about
went
dark
that
skinned
scene with
women.
the jail, and she took all her hair out and everything. I was like, she looked like
Yeah.
a regular
I
mama.
had that. I posted that on as a meme on one of my stuff, man. I took that wig off. She had the braids, the big forehead showing. I'm like,
I'm like, what the hell? She look like a damn regular mom now, like from the
right.
project.
All right, what was you about to say, Melody?
She look ghetto. She look ghetto
Yeah.
right there. Pregnant, but she
Yeah.
pregnant.
Oh, that's the link you was talking about, GC.
Huh?
That's
Yeah,
the link
Sherry
you was talking about in the back chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Wait, what link?
it's in the
Sherry
back chat.
Johnson
Punky
YouTube channel. The actress from Family Matters and Punky Brewster.
Yeah, she got her
Oh.
own podcast show, I think, too.
She does, yeah. I'll speak to her sometimes also too. Yeah, she cool.
I never
Hmm
spoke to her, but
I know her and Eddie Winslow. They still going strong for what I
I
understand.
thought
Even with
he
all the crazy
died.
stuff
no,
Eddie Winslow ain't going nowhere.
just joking. Like my husband, I didn't.
Yeah, that's they just best friends,
Yeah,
that,
exactly. Because
best
he
friend
messed with
bond.
Superhead and stuff.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not really lovers like that. Yeah, that's just like a best friend bond type shit. They play around like that.
Oh, she's not bad looking. Like
Nice.
she's older. She's not.
Yeah.
Well, her co-star,
Oh, Lord Winslow. Oh, Lord.
yeah.
Oh,
She
I don't
she
see
blew all the way up.
Laura Winslow. But what did
I seen a reunion video they did. Laura is
Damn,
bigger
she
than
like
Harriet.
big auntie type, man.
Laura's bigger than Harriet right now, and Harriet looked like she just slimmed down. I'm like, wow.
A big auntie type, like
Yep. And I remember somebody had posted a meme like, "This is the girl that I used to want, but now that she come back in my life, and they had the Laura from today." I said, "Dang."
yep, like Steve Urkel still want her now.
Yep. I remember it too. They had a picture of Jaleel White looking all into the camera, like, "Please get her away from me."
Oh gosh.
Now,
That was funny.
I want
Well,
y'all
it
to.
didn't really make sense. I didn't find her attractive when she was a kid.
Yeah, she
I mean, I didn't look at her when she was a kid, but like once she got older,
look
try
at
to
her
go
when
after Stefan and stuff. I'm like, yeah, she had
No.
the body, the little short hair and stuff. I'm like, oh, look at
I
Like,
Laura.
yeah,
But as a kid, as a kid, no, like right here, yes,
She was
Myra-
shitty hair. She
the
was
short hair, Laura, like she had, you can see
Yeah.
her collarbones.
her when she was a kid.
no. See, right
Myra
there,
could
no.
get it.
Oh,
Oh,
Myra
well-
definitely was prettier. Myra
Myra-
definitely was prettier.
Oh,
Steve
Jamie
was
Foxx,
crazy for always chasing after Laura, but
yeah,
hey.
auntie type, like the mama is.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
But
where is
when
she
I used to
now?
be the sister on the show, Jamie Foxworthy. Oh, damn, she could get
Shoot.
it now.
Well, I will
Man,
tell. I will tell
I
y'all.
mean,
the
Jamie
newbies,
Foxworthy still is missing. We don't know where she at.
I
Nah,
will
she's
tell y'all
on
the.
YouTube. I mean,
I'm talking.
Instagram.
I'm talking about the character that she played on the show. Like she never came
Yeah,
back
she went
downstairs on
upstairs.
Family Matters.
Come back
Yeah, she
down.
went upstairs and never came back downstairs.
I'll
Shit.
tell y'all the new ones who's getting ready to ascend into that beauty market. That's Marsai Martin and Sky Jackson.
Oh,
They're getting ready to ascend into that beauty, that womanhood soon. Watch out for them.
Who?
yeah. I don't be paying attention, so I don't know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Myra
Who?
was
I know who Scott Jackson is. I think she was on what Jesse or that Disney show. The only reason I know that because my nieces
Do
would
you
watch
do you
that when
know
I
the
used to
movie
babysit.
Little with Issa Rae?
Who?
Which one?
Oh, you talking about her? I know you
Yeah,
talking about.
she
She's the
I've
girl
seen
from Grownish.
yeah, I've seen
Oh yeah. I
yeah,
remember.
I've seen older pictures.
Yeah.
She's ascending into that womanhood pretty soon.
Wait, which
She
one you
Okay.
talking about?
grows.
Well, I mean it. So they have whatchamacallit. They have Grownish, or they have not Grownish, but they have Blackish, and
I
then they
think
Blackish,
that's
have,
over with now.
Grownish.
but now they have Grownish, and which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
about to be over. But it seemed like it would make sense that they do all of the Blackish kids. So like
Yeah.
once he graduates, then the twins come to the same university, and they just continue that way.
hmm
I never watched that show. Period.
Me
Yeah.
neither though.
Yeah.
No, I watched it. What's that's
How
where I
was?
first seen
I mean, I ain't never had a problem with it. I ain't never watched it. I ain't had a time.
Yeah.
oh no, that's when I first seen Chloe and Haley.
Mm.
I can
Well,
tell
Oh,
you
one of
oh,
the sisters I remember when she was on the Tyler Perry movie Meet the Browns.
Oh
so
boy.
She was
so
played the
so
little sister in that one. Yeah. What was the Chloe? Yeah, Chloe was in that one.
I
so
can tell
I'm gonna
you
direct this to Swag. Swag.
What's up,
Chloe or Haley?
Chloe and
Haley for
Haley?
me. Ooh.
Woo, man, they both could get it, but I had to go with Haley, my guy.
Let's put it this way: which one would you smash regularly, casual? Which one would you wife up?
Classy. Which one, Chloe or Haley?
I would wife Haley in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I think that's a universal consensus. Haley, she just has that. I've seen her like slow hugging a little girl at Disneyland because the Little Mermaid, and like yeah, that's definitely wifey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Haley is wifeable. Chloe is smashable.
Yeah.
Yes.
exactly.
Yes. Mhm.
Yep,
So that answers your question, Mel.
exactly. Yeah.
One girl that I thought that would have been fine, but she went a little bit on the Raven Simone side was Amanda Sandberg that played in Columbiana and she played in the Hunger Games. She played Rue.
Oh really?
Yeah, she was a
Oh,
pretty
she went
girl.
that.
Wait,
Yeah,
which
Oh
she
one?
wow.
And she went Jihei.
yeah, she's on that side. So I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
I thought that she just went like super woke, but I mean, I remember seeing her like at 19. I was like, oh, that's the little girl from Hunger Games.
Yeah, she
Mm.
was.
I
So
want
she
to be
had a
surprised, man. Like she just blossomed into that way, and boom, she found out I was in the girls.
dang. So she was just like a flash in the pan. Like her prime was very young then.
What
Yep.
a wop. She ain't nothing but a
Well,
wop.
put it this way: did she look like tomboyish type or just
Yeah, tomboyish. Yeah.
Yeah,
Still.
that's well. I'm
like
telling
like
you,
like Ellen Page that went to Elliot Page, or just more
No,
like
she's still pretty in the face, but you would, she had that. You would think she would grow into that more feminine role, but nah, it's not for her. No.
okay,
yeah. Woke ruins women. I mean,
hell yeah.
it's just like poison. Like it poisons your champagne.
Yo, would
Yep.
anyone else smash Janae Monet?
Mm, not now.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, man.
she has nice skin. I
Like I
mean,
said, now back like when
Like you
she had
said,
first
Gigi
time out, even though she was dressing crazy even back then, I still would have hit back then. But now that she done went all loopy and crazy, it's like
yeah,
no, I'm cool.
just like you said, G, she going woke, make you go crazy, and this chick went woke crazy right there. She don't know she's a female, woman, whatever, like binary, lesbian, whatever the hell she is. Like,
I mean, woke affects a woman's physical appearance. Just
hmm
like feminism does.
no,
Yep.
So, okay, I mean, I know not everybody here is a Star Wars fan, but the dark side
man.
do make you look all kind of fucked up. Like that's why I kind of like
Shoot,
that.
you become a Sith, your face become messed up.
Yeah, it literally does. It consumes your face, and
Yep.
and your eyes turn yellow. You wind up fucked up. That's what woke does to women.
Yep.
So she's a Sith Lord.
Something like that.
As
I
well,
mean,
she's in the process. She's on stage 1 before she gets injured.
Hey
Well, I was just
guys.
asking y'all because y'all know better than me. What's up, Brianna?
Oh,
We
I
see
was
what happened.
gonna log off. I just wanted to make sure I answered all the questions that were asked.
Oh yeah. We
Yeah,
we we didn't ask all the questions we had.
Okay, awesome. Well, it's been fun. I will be back very soon, but I'll still be listening in.
All right. Thanks for coming through, Brianna.
Thanks for having me. Bye. Take
All
care.
right, bye, Brandon.
Bye. Thanks for
All right,
coming.
Oh yeah,
gentlemen, y'all.
I'm about to
I
head
have to
out
go
too.
myself. I have to
Yeah.
go
Yeah, I
to
was
work.
gonna say me too. It's almost at the 4-hour mark. Can we do final thoughts before we go?
Yeah, I'll go first. So yeah, great show, Melody Swag. I greatly appreciate y'all having me. It was a good conversation.
Thank
Thanks
you
for
for
coming,
coming.
man. Salute.
Thank you. Who next, Swag?
Yeah, I'll go.
Um, we can go
Yeah,
with Mel right now, dear classy.
yeah. Thanks for having me up. Coming to the next show. When's the next show? This Sunday or
Friday.
Friday?
Yeah, we gonna get more in depth with the Kimura Lee Simmons, Russell Simmons stuff. So yeah, Friday is the show.
All right. All right. See you then.
See
See
you
you
then.
then, man.
Bye.
All right, classy, what you got for us, man?
Women, you better start appreciating men all over the world because there has never been a nation full of women that ever defeated a male nation. So you're feeling strong right now, but you're gonna cry wolf later when you don't have nobody there with you. All right, I'm out.
That's
Absolutely.
that's facts right there, man.
Right. Spitting facts. I guess I'll go when you close it out.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for coming. It was a great show. That is the beginning of Grown and Sexy Conversations. I think it went great. How about you?
I loved it. Like I just love the flow back and forth, man. Like you just don't have any idea how much I am really looking forward to what we got cooking with this grown and sexy conversations, man. Like this was the start of something special in my opinion.
Yeah, it was. But next time we do it, we will be on cam. So that's gonna make it even better.
Exactly.
Yeah, so check us out. And also check us out Friday. We'll be doing a show, a good show. So make sure you
Hmm.
guys are in attendance.
Yeah, make sure y'all are here because just best believe once I get off of here, I'm gonna start setting it up. So whatever y'all do, because you're gonna see it on my page or Melody's page, make sure y'all hit that like button and set y'all notifications for when Friday come. You ain't gonna be missing nothing. You're gonna be front and center. It's just gonna notification just gonna pop up.
Yeah, exactly. So you guys don't want to miss it. Can't wait to
No,
see
you
you
don't.
guys there, right?
Can't wait either.
Me neither. I love doing our shows. They always turn out great, in my opinion.
Shoot, I mean, we had some shows that, kind of went off the rails for a little bit, but for the most part, it seemed like every single show that we've done so far has been a home run.
It really have, without people, messing up our panel. We don't need that anymore. So thank you
Yeah,
for having a civil panel.
yeah, because I'm not trying to be like Otis from the Temptations and throw David Ruffin out the group. It's an inside joke. Some people may get it, some people may not.
I get it. I do. That's for sure. But thank you everybody for coming. Swag, what's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts on this whole situation is, like I said once before, fathers are definitely important. Their fathers are definitely needed in this society, in this world in general, because without that proper balance of a mother's love and a father's toughness, most of the time a kid turns out lost and confused and don't know what to do. And that's how we end up with a whole bunch of Pookies and Ray Rays around here. And I don't like really using those terms because it's been so overused in these spaces, but how else can you really explain it? But yeah, we definitely need fathers in our society, and I'm so sick of these mothers trying to take claim over that because you for sure will not see a man taking ownership of Mother's Day, even when they're a single parent. So cut that out. So all in all, that is all I got to say on that situation. Fathers, you are definitely loved and appreciated, and honestly, I can't wait till one day when I become a father for real, because I will be the type of father that I wish I could have had growing up.
Right. Exactly. So hopefully one day you get that wish.
Hopefully, man.
Right. So thank you so much to the super chat that we got. We appreciate it. Thank you for all
Mhm.
the mods.
Yeah. Oh, and Every time when Melody gets that super chat or when we get a cash app or something, this is the sound I'm gonna be playing. Money alarm right there. But
Yes.
yeah, man. But you go ahead and finish, girl.
All right, yeah, but thank you everybody for coming. We do appreciate all of our Killing Them Sweetly supporters. We appreciate you so much. Thank you. We're not gonna forget about the little people when we go big. So
Definitely not, man. We ain't never gonna forget about the day ones because y'all could have easily been like, man, what's up with these two? Why we even gotta watch this crap? Y'all lame. Get away from me. But the fact that y'all have stuck with us for this long, y'all constantly, especially for the mods, y'all put our links in the chat, y'all share our stuff, all this stuff, man. All of the things that y'all guys do never goes unnoticed. So like I said, for me, and I'm pretty sure Melody feels the same way, we definitely appreciate every single one of y'all that is in this chat. Everybody that watched this live, everybody that watches this on the replay, we got nothing but love, and we want y'all to keep coming on this ride that we got for y'all because trust me when I tell you this, it's only gonna get better from here.
only gonna get better, especially when we go on cam. We're gonna give you a good show. So make sure
Absolutely, man.
yes.
Yeah, as you can tell, Melody can't wait for that either.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm geeked as well, man. We get that grown and sexy going, then we all cabbed up, and then we had a set pat. I'm telling you, it's gonna be dope, man. Like, so bottom line is, for the last time tonight before we close out, I want to see them hashtag cheers, hashtag clink clink in the chat for your boy at Sweet Melody Mia. Let me see it one good time before we get up out of here, man.
Come on, everybody. Let's flood the chat with hashtag cheers and clink clink.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that's the grown and sexy conversations motto right there. Cheers, clink, clink. So let me see that in the chat before me and Melody get out here, man. You know, there we
We
go.
started it off for y'all.
Yeah, man. Got to see it flooded in the chat. You know what we doing?
Okay, Killer, I don't see you.
Oh shoot. Shoot, I was already drinking something. So shoot, let me go ahead and put it in the chat real quick. All right, all right. Don't. Okay, hold up. There we go. I done put it in the chat already.
So come on, y'all, follow the trend because this is gonna be our new thing.
Yes, sir. Like, man, y'all got to get a part of this killing them sweetly wave and that grown and sexy conversation wave because that was only just a taste. That was just a taste. Dang, Hustler Bustler. I see you back
We're
there, but
about
we about to close
to
out, homie.
sorry, hustler. Next time, next time.
Yeah, you can come up on the panel Friday and whatever thoughts you have, we'll let you get it out and then you can talk about the topic we got on hand.
Yeah, but I'm really tired, so and I'm sure you're tired too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, besides a brother got to get ready to go to work tomorrow. So, you know, just time to unwind for a little bit. But you know what? Killing them sweetly. We love each and every one of y'all for coming through up here. We love everybody that came up on this panel tonight. And I'm not about to name no name because all of y'all contributed to this. Every single one of y'all contributed. Everybody in the chat contributed to this. Every single person that hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you did. And if you didn't, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Why are you playing? You know you ain't getting top quality content anywhere else but killing them sweetly. So stop playing and hit that like button.
Hit the
Like
like.
don't disrespect us like that, man. Like we putting on the show for y'all. Don't do that to us, man. And make sure you sharing this type of content because this is the only place where you gonna get the Kill 'Em Sweetly vibe, man. This is the only place you're gonna get it. So you gotta hit the share button, share us out, man. Which y'all want to be stingy and keep us all to yourself? We wanna have love for everybody. Come on now.
Right, hit the share button, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell if you haven't already. And Killing Them Sweetly is out. Peace.
Deuces. As my boy, what's it called? It Huscular or Muscular would say, deuces.
Deuces.
Leak, about to take off.